Remove tacos.
I picked that one out.
Yeah. So, hello and welcome to our weekly Anti-SJW Ultradegeneracy. And today we are joined by Darren.
My name is Peitanio Meninguez.
Our resident fascist dictator.
Hello.
And the Darth Vader just joined us.
Who's your daddy?
Black Lord.
Good evening, everyone.
And I'm your host, Sheev Lord and Savior. And today on the stream, well, we have quite a lot of topics. It was an eventful week.
Holy shit, indeed.
I love this thing.
Yeah, I remember last week you tried to join us with that thing on, but you didn't.
Yeah, it was like my I actually had to deal with my kid because he was hyperactive and my wife had hurt her shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, they had this thing on sale on Amazon for $50. I was like, fuck yes, jumping on a Black Series helmet for $50, you better believe it.
I bet nobody got that John Ward reference, but oh my god, John Ward's videos have been hilarious this week. Fucking
John Ward is always good. Well, except
I just fucking got to show that Peitanio Meninguez fucking music video. That was the most hilarious thing in the world.
I actually haven't seen it yet before the stream.
He just basically wrote a song about one of those Hondurans in the migrant caravan traveling all of those miles just to throw a rock at Trump's wall for nothing. It's basically the whole thing, and then just memes rain from the sky. Literally, it's just glorious.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll watch it after the stream is over, and it's gonna be good. Well, and again, as I said, John Ward is always great. Well, except when he was praising Thomas Victor, because Thomas Victor is such a lunatic.
I'm not familiar with that part. I've only caught on to him in the past month and a half or something. I just think John Ward's one of the best things on YouTube.
Yeah,
you should watch his his Cinema Sins style parody, like his Cinema Sins style review of what's the name of this fucking retard who had this anti-Trump show on GQ, where he was just spacing out all the time and yelling.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's his shtick. Is he pretends to be Cinema Sins, but he just talks mad shit about CNN and people like that. Basically, it's fucking easy. I can't believe nobody's thought of doing it before. But he's also very fucking funny. He's got that Dennis Miller style wit. It's really good.
By the way, the link to the video we used as an opening will be in the chat. Oh, Nick, welcome to the shit show.
Nick joined us.
All right, so what's topic number one, man? I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, let's do this. I think my audio is better now.
Well, it's a bit low.
Oh, it is a bit low? All right, let me fix that. How's that? Wait, how's that?
No, better.
Yeah, I had to change setups for a little bit, so I'm back. The fuck is this?
Well, let's start with something maybe less serious and less degenerate. We'll crank it up.
All right.
Oh, believe me, when it comes to degeneracy, I have the topic that takes cake.
Oh yeah, I know the topic. It's really ultra degeneracy.
Let's go, kill myself.
So let's start with something silly. Well, apparently a bunch of high school teens posed on a prom photo with the Nazi salute as a joke, and there was a lot of shit slinging because of that. Or how dare they?
Never hold your arm at the wrong fucking degree of angle, or your life is over.
They fucking come around with a slide roll, and if it's wrong, they chop your arm off.
There is I need to find it. I saw it earlier this week. There was a chart where you see the angle of the arm, and there's like just a portion where it's like, no, that's wrong, but higher is okay. I think it's like how to hail a cab. Oh, Jesus Christ, I just realized how to hail a cab, and then you hail it at the
Higher.
wrong angle.
And then
Yeah.
a fucking
Oh, man, the
Volkswagen
kids are
comes
fucking-
down.
Yeah.
I like this headline, man. The kids are brave. They're not going to apologize. It's the right thing to do.
So this is the picture, by the way.
Oh
Every-
god.
Are you serious? That's amazing.
Of course,
So-
they have to have the
Oh,
red
yeah,
circle.
that shows it. Nazi salutes and white power symbol. Yep.
Notice emergency entrance only. This is even a black guy there. You know, and then here in the
Who the fuck are these? Just a
Well,
bunch
you
of
gotta
dumb
remember,
trust fund
Ben
kids?
Shapiro's apparently a Nazi as well. So
of course he is.
Wow, this is epic.
Next meme.
I may be in a. That's right. That's right, folks. That's right, folks. My wife is a doctor, and I'm a Nazi, despite being an Orthodox Jew. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Well, you know.
Honestly, gang.
Also, speaking of, I need to show the realism logo because it's appropriate for the topic.
Oh my god,
Zion Nazism.
it's beautiful.
There we go.
Zion
Jersey.
Nazism.
That's a Juicy. I know it sounds
Product
like
of
the name of
neo-Nazis
a
coming back to his
sounds like the
roots.
name of a rapper, but still no, it's the Juicy.
That is the
Juicy,
modern
man.
yin yang right there. It's beautiful. It's
Like,
very
holy
zen.
crap! It actually you could follow it and it actually connects back up.
Yeah, it's a logo of realism.
Oh, the Raelianism and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
God,
fucking weird
that
cult.
cult.
What?
Oh,
my God, it's the-
yes,
it's
that cult is a
Mm.
trip.
Oh, it's the Raelians. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know
I've
it was
been
their
waiting for
symbol.
them all to kill themselves and
Oh,
ride a fucking
shit.
UFO like Heaven's Gate. Like,
Oh
like
yeah,
that
no,
fucking
That
no.
just
cult.
reminds me of the
Yeah.
great level
the
in
Raelians
fucking,
actually say
Squad
that the
4, where
UFO
they
was actually
fucking
going to
kill the
come
kids.
to Earth to pick them up.
It's amazing.
Well, all right, as long as they don't have to kill themselves and send their souls into the UFO behind the sun.
Yeah, and then
fuck
bury
the thing is
their
that-
children in tiny graves.
You
You know-
could go to Planet X with Nancy Leader or whatever her fucking
the
name
funny thing
is.
is that there was a parody religion called it was like Cult of Subgenius or something. Which
Oh yes,
like them, pretty much like almost one for one.
yeah, I used to have their book actually.
Yeah, this
It's
one.
it's actually the cult of Bob, the Church of the Subgenius.
Well, yeah, look, just compare. So these believe that the humans were created by extraterrestrials, which they call Elohim. This the Church of Subgenius is the parody religion that has better known belief systems. It teaches the
I bet you $1 million the Raelians believe in that David Icke reptilian bullshit too, don't they?
Their central deity Jehovah One
Jehovah One.
is accompanied by other gods drawn from ancient myths and popular fiction. Yeah, so kind of the same. also, I need to show another. Again, notice how quickly we derailed the topic, but it's funnier this way.
The
Actually.
apocalypse will come when God updates to version 1.1. Yeah.
So, let's hope it's not made by Apple because their updates just break stuff.
Yeah,
Apple breaks everything. Just look at their
The
damn
fuck-
commercials.
the fucking fuses will never break. Everything else in your MacBook will.
Good old based Steve Bannon. I like Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon.
Steve. Okay, so
Oh yeah, about the I'm showing it on our Discord. The Death Note in Poland. It's like
So
grammar Nazis.
is this a public high school where every single one of these kids owns a suit? This has got to be a private school.
let's see. So the school is called Barabu. It's a funny name if you ask me. Barabu High School.
Baraboo.
So this went viral in November, even though I never fucking heard of it. Apparently.
Right, Wisconsin is a part of the Baraboo School District.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wisconsin.
So this is a national thing that everybody should fucking care about. That a bunch of dumbass kids decided to pull a prank and be edgy for attention. This is the saddest thing in the universe.
Yeah.
It's a telling sign because the president welcomes Nazis and white nationalists with open arms.
Next, they'll tell me that in the
he's
bathroom.
surrounded by a bunch of skinhead advisors, says the man who.
And you know what's even worse than the fact that they
pathetic hair of head is still on his head.
Yeah, what's worse than the fact that they posed like that is somebody, if you could believe this or not, drew a malformed swastika and permanent marker on the bathroom stall in the school. I'm sure that's even worse. No, I just made that part up, but you know that they would throw a fucking fit about that too.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least it wasn't drawn in shit. Remember this poop swastika several years ago?
Which was a fucking hoax, by the way. Like almost all the hoaxes back in 26 were like nothing actually. There was like a hate crime didn't even fucking happen in 2016 because everything they reported was bullshit. Like the black guy who torched his own church.
Oh yeah, the thing about
The
this
fucking Muslim woman who claimed that she got her hijab ripped off at like Walmart.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, it just keeps happening. It's like at this point, it's just like
that one Jewish law student that like there was a spastica done in electrical tape on his ceiling.
Oh yeah, the same tape that he had, the same tape that he used to put some pictures on the wall. It's funny how those vandals didn't draw it, didn't carve it with anything, just did it with this tape, which doesn't even leave residue. It's like masking tape.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of people are just saying like, oh, somebody taped something to the door of my fucking dorm. Everybody in the country has to know about this. I'm like, I don't know who you are, and the fact that I do know your name offends the fuck out of me. Like, fade back into obscurity, you fucking bitch.
Also about the Jewish student, if the shoe fits.
Yeah. At this point, man, I would tell any fucking far-right group or any alt whatever the fuck group is just like, don't do anything. The left is just busily destroying itself. Don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
Yeah, it's anyway. Let's see what the story says. But yeah, again, after a prompt photo of more than 60 high school boys throwing up a Nazi salute went viral, a Wisconsin town remains split on whether the teens should be held accountable for their actions. What actions?
One Jewish student, Eva Huffaker, 15. Like, I don't care who you are, Eva. Like, fuck off. Like, I don't give a shit that you're Jewish. Fuck off. I don't care. You weren't there. They didn't do it in front of you. Like, fuck off. Just seriously. Cannot stress how hard you need to fuck off.
So, but that was just a small majority, as Huffaker says that within the school, the boys in the photo are seen as the victims of social media backlash. Well, if
you don't say.
Yeah. Like this dude, like not amused.
Look at there's Helen Lovejoy herself. Won't somebody think of the children?
Oh shit! I forgot to.
Somebody think of the little Jewish children.
Look, this is America. I am sure, like at least like 5 or 6 people in that class were Jewish, and they all did the Sieg Heil. Just saying.
Even the black kid did.
Yeah.
It's even more awesome when the token kid does stuff.
Well,
then it's like plausible deniability.
Speaking of, reminds me of this guy.
Well, a lot of times you might notice that a lot of times, like black people who grow up in white neighborhoods and go to mostly white schools, they aren't usually like the black narrative. Like they're just like, it's bullshit. They know it's bullshit. It's because they're not constantly exposed to it and peer pressured into being a stupid cunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've met so many black people online who are just sick to fucking death of their own race because of this shit. Like, I seriously met this kid who was like a fucking he was like summa cum laude graduating from high school. He's like 18 and he's like, I hate black people. And I'm like, I don't know if you need to go that far, but he was so sick of being bullied by other black students that he was just decided he seriously hated black people. Like he went straight up Clayton Bigsby.
I saw it was a bunch of black kids beating up another black kid because he made honor roll.
Yeah, that kind of shit happens. It's good. It's like
Uh,
you can't act
what was
white.
it?
Yeah, I
What
remember
was it?
something like
It's
that.
the well, just like the Chris Rock skit from the '90s. It's like there's two
Oh.
guys. There's black people and there's niggers, and niggers
And
have
niggas
got
have
to go.
to go. Whenever black people are trying to have a good time, some niggas come and fuck it all up.
Ignorant ass
Yeah,
niggers,
they're
fuck
talking
it
about
up.
how it is that,
Ignorant
like,
ass
they'll steal your TV, and then the next take, damn, I heard you got robbed.
I can't believe Chris Rock made that act work because he even throws in the hard R through like half the act. And he said like when he first started working on that act, when he was trying it out, it bombed everywhere he went, but he stuck with it. And before long, he had fucking crowd of like 7,000 people going nuts for it.
And then it worked better
Yeah,
when
but
he
now
was
he reversed
doing
himself.
it with a black
Exactly.
audience, probably.
Well, it depends. Like nobody had really ever encountered that before, and you got to get the act right and all the timing right, or otherwise people are gonna get triggered.
What was it? There is I think we all know who Daryl Davis is. Do we?
The name's familiar, but I don't know.
It's
Yeah, who was that?
the black man who befriends KKK members and
right.
had
yeah.
them.
Oh God!
basically
Yeah,
made-
I'm sorry. I got to call bullshit on that whole thing.
No, it's real.
Oh, it
No.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He became friend
supposedly
with,
he's got
he became
over
friend
like
with one
3
of the
dozen.
big 300 over 30 years.
300, yeah.
Yeah, by
There's-
himself.
He's been doing that shit for like over a decade.
Oh yeah. But he still managed to do way more than any SJW out there. It's like, hey, that guy
More than
he
Antifa.
converted over 200 KKK members.
A lot of the people who like joined the KKK and stuff, like their only real like exposure to black people is of the worst kind, and sometimes they just have to encounter like a good, smart, eloquent, like thoughtful black person who actually like gives a shit about their point of view. They just want to know that like black people can relate to them, because a lot of them just have no idea.
Oh yeah, there's even the Wikipedia has an article about him. So yeah, befriended member of the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, I never actually looked into it. It's the one video I saw on it was just it really looked like a contrived narrative just to push a message.
And I would stress that Wikipedia is not like a fucking viable source.
Oh no,
for
but
fucking
they had
anything.
there's multiple TV stuff about him, and one
But I'm pretty sure it's
when-
legit though.
when he befriended, I don't remember the rank because for real, the KKK, the ranks in the KKK sounds like something out of D&D.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like the Grand Cyclops and all that. shit.
Yeah, I think it was a
Grand
Grand
Dragon,
Cyclops.
Grand Cyclops. Fuck, I used to know them too.
Well, actually, Wikipedia has an article about that. So
Yeah, there's wizards and dragons and imperial yada yada.
there's some really autistic shit there. Like first of all, they had different 3 eras with different terminology. But the first one, let's see, the whole thing was called Empire.
Grand Wizard.
Mine's the. Do you guys watch Mike Tyson's Mysteries?
That's a good show.
Yeah, there was-
I tried to watch it. I can't.
But
There was-
anyway,
there was
You don't
one
have
episode-
You don't have a high enough IQ to get Mike Tyson's Mysteries, James.
the well, what happened during one of because Daryl Davis also attended multiple KKK quote unquote rallies with one. I think it was a Grand Cyclops or a Grand Wizard, whatever, a high ranking man, like the higher in his area, and it was like, the guy just got out of his robe and was sharing a beer with fucking Daryl. And at some point, probably in another section, he yelled at other people, "I respect this black man more than you white niggers out there."
Well, the great thing about like what I've noticed about the alt-right is they'll take a token person of some other race or whatever, even though they get all uppity about race purism and shit. They'll marry an Asian, they'll make friends with a black guy who hates other black people just fine. See, the funny thing is that progressives are more racist than the alt-right by a wide margin, because you can suck the dick of intersectional feminism and just be a super cuck. And if you're a white male, you are a permanent third-class citizen. You will never, ever look like anything other than oppressor to those people. Meanwhile, the alt-right will take token people, token Mexicans, token black people any day of the week. They're just like, yeah, he's based. It's fine. He's a good one. You know?
Yes, that's it. At least for them, there is good ones.
Yeah, see that? The alt-right judges based on the individual.
Mostly.
At least sometimes. You know.
Well, but more than the other side.
Yeah, you could to definitely a more extent, but wasn't that the whole fucking liberalist shtick? The individual.
Who knows what the fuck the liberalists like? Sargon made up the name, and then it was just chaos immediately. Like they never ironed anything out. It was just fucking stupid. Failed to launch nonsense.
It was just autism from the get go.
Every single one of the liberals like disagreed with each other over like fundamental shit. They were just all retards.
The problem was, there were some really fundamental problems in. Well, first of all, Sargon shouldn't have been so like absolutist, where when it comes to just only individuals have rights. There are no such thing as group rights. Then again, this can be destroyed by really, for example, people with disabilities have a right to park on the disabled parking spaces. Other people can't. So it's like a group right, right?
Yeah, I think he was
exactly because the fact is that unless they're carpooling, it's not a group of disabled. It is still the individual.
Yeah, but in this case, there is any group that has a right that others don't. It's not a group right because this group consists of individuals.
He just never chooses his words carefully because what he meant was countering intersectional fucking affirmative action bullshit.
I know,
he just said it wrong because he never thinks about what he says when he says it.
Yeah,
I was about to say if group rights aren't a thing, then it's just like then by definition, nations don't have the rights to defend themselves. They don't have the rights to set up borders.
Yeah, it's just like, for example, within a country, there are residents and there are citizens. Citizens can vote, residents cannot. So again, there's a group right. If you think about it.
That's un-American.
So I guess these kids are just like being harassed constantly on Facebook or something. Is that where the article was going? I don't know how much more there is to it than that. Did they even get suspended or anything?
Like Auschwitz Memorial decided to tune in as this is just literally a Shoah.
Oh, I wonder if can you click on that because I just want to see how bad the shit posting replies are to that tweet.
I'll try to find it in a different window.
I don't mean to derail it, but you just know that there's going to be mad fucking hilarious shit posts in response to that. It's just going to be fucking happy merchant. Like how like whenever an atheist says something stupid and it's just Shrek memes. I bet you there's just a wall of happy merchants under that.
Yeah.
Oh, we have finally achieved the wall.
Oh, I found the tweet.
Instead of out of steel, it's just a bunch of fucking clasping hands and giant noses. Can't climb that shit, Mexicans.
There's a bunch of
Yes, good.
feels. Don't see any tweets. I guess that all the fun tweets have been reported and removed because
well, shit posting Twitter is on the rapid decline because everybody's constantly getting banned. After I got banned the third fucking time from Twitter, I never got back. It's just like I was sick of being shadow banned. I couldn't really talk to anybody anyways.
Wait, you were banned from Twitter 3 times?
Yeah.
It's like, how do they even let you back after 2 times?
And every single time is because I got attacked by trans exclusionary radical feminists for sticking up for trans people. So I got banned from Twitter for being too progressive, basically.
Oh, wow.
I swear to God. Yep.
Oh, that's the issue because remember there was another. The opposite case was like this famous Canadian, I think, feminist was banned for saying that men are not women because this is trans exclusionary.
Well, the TERFs kind of got a point up to this report, but basically, I pissed off the genderqueer, non-binary crowd. All the fucking super mams.
As if that
Macho
was
Man,
the hard
Randy
thing.
Savage. Yeah, and I probably talk too much shit about people like Mud Hut Mike and fucking those people. Verified hate cunts. Yeah, because it doesn't. And I was basically on a 12-hour or 24-hour or week-long fucking limited ban constantly,
Also,
and then I'd get perma-banned for
Auschwitz
talking
Memorial.
about trans shit.
I just see a Auschwitz memorial. I am 100% certain they are hypocrites and just heat the whole building with gas.
The tweet I got perma-banned and I couldn't even repeal for was literally all I said is transsexualism literally is a mental illness and there's nothing wrong with that, and I was banned for that for hate speech.
Oh God, yeah.
You literally did a Seinfeld line. Not like there's nothing wrong with that.
You were the opposite
Yes,
sex
literally.
If you were born any different than one to pour Drano in your eyes because you were born a blind person in a
and hold on. Literally, it's ironic that you mentioned that. Literally, under what I just said I got banned for was a GIF of Seinfeld and Kramer saying, "Not that there's anything wrong with that." That's literally in the tweet I was banned for hate speech. I swear to fucking God.
Remember this?
Oh yes, I remember that. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
classic.
glorious.
It's a classic.
Nice.
It's a classic.
Well, I don't know. Would it have been worse if they had found wheezing?
Oh no, what would have
What a
been even
funny
better is
thing,
if they
wheezing
actually found that,
coffee
like,
were
you know, how you can tour the camp and actually found that in one of the gas chambers.
Oh yeah.
What was that one Pokemon that was banned from being aired on television because they thought it looked too much like blackface?
Jinx.
Oh,
Jinx.
Jinx. Yeah, they
Which
changed
is
the
funny
coloring of
Yeah,
it.
they changed it to
Because,
blue.
like, black people are some of the most ardent DBZ fans, and they're still fucking pissed that Mr. Popo is blue now.
Oh,
Oh,
your
of course.
volume is low again. Well, no.
Mr. Popo
Oh,
is a goddamn Indian Djinni, dude. He's not a black person. I'm sick of this
Jin.
bullshit.
No, but the fact that they made black people angry by changing his color to blue.
There's
Also-
fucking dog
hysterical.
people.
Also,
There's
it
fucking
doesn't.
dog people in
The
DBZ. Like,
meme.
it's
Also, the
fucking
meme
fantasy.
doesn't work
My
anymore.
point is, no one gave a shit.
It's like, hold your fire. This man isn't black.
Say,
Oh,
That
yeah.
nobody cared
really
back then.
shitty
Why do they care
translation.
now?
That was atrocious translation.
Like, the fucking know what they changed recently? Newman's Own had a grape juice that was originally called Gorilla Grape. Now it's just grape because they thought the gorilla on it was racist.
Oh god.
Oh, speaking of,
What about Magilla Gorilla?
And don't forget, everybody, every time you cook with canola oil, by the way, remember that name is fake, and what it's actually called is rapeseed oil. That's literally what that is.
yeah. By the way, speaking of gorilla and racist, this is another story.
Aw,
Let's-
but
funny.
China's supposed to be uncut. Is my audio better?
Yeah, slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
It's
it
still pretty
was
quiet. You should just kick it up.
Yeah,
double it.
it's because I had to again change a whole bunch of shit. So
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. No, it sounds.
no, that's better. There we
Yeah.
go.
So
Oh, so it was
let's
this.
check this out.
This was my problem. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check this out. Chinese museum
I don't
full
want
of
it that
exhibit
much.
comparing
Okay,
animals
alright.
to black people. Oh shit. Yeah,
Chinese people are woke.
Yeah, that was actually like 2017.
I am surprised that anybody cares, because in China, like,
Yeah,
nobody
that
cares.
was-
Like, this shit is common in China. Because
Uh,
this, by the
Chinese-
way, in Chinese
The Chinese
culture, this is
absolutely give no
tame.
shits.
Yeah,
I'm not
I,
just that.
trying to figure out how
tame.
this was labeled racist, because
I
can't
don't-
only white people be racist?
true. Well, Chinese have power there, so
Dude, the Chinese people are basically one of the most racist nations on earth. The Chinese people are so fucking racist. You won't fucking believe it, dude. They are the most racist people on earth. There's nobody more racist than the Chinese.
What does Wop, Limey, and Mick
Wop
refer to?
Wop
is
refers to my people.
Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
I'm not sure
Lime
about
is
that.
British.
I
Italian
thought
or
about Jews in
Wop and
Israel.
proud.
That's pretty hateful.
Mick is Irish. Frog is French. Honky
Yeah, I
is
know.
white. Yeah.
Yeah, WAP
Limey.
actually means without.
Limey
paper.
is British.
I like how
Dyke
there's
is
a heart
obvious.
next to frog.
Yeah, I love the heart next to the frog.
That's funny.
Reminder to all French viewers to please kill yourselves. Do the
No,
world a favor.
By the
No,
way,
I-
You're doing the
I
sound of
won't.
Italian
You-
falling down the
You're
stairs.
not French, you're Quebecois. Shut up.
Oh, is he
Wow.
French Canadian? Kill yourself twice. Like you don't have a necromancer raisins, you can do it twice.
Jesus.
The only thing worse than the French are French Canadians. Quebec can just fucking just sink into
killed-
the
I
Atlantic
killed him
Ocean.
twice.
Fuck you
I
all.
couldn't have timed that better.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yeah, back on topic.
Go away.
Okay, so let's see. A museum in China this week removed a photography exhibit which juxtaposed images of wild African animals with black African people after complaints that the display was racist. Okay,
Why would the Chinese care?
exhibit at the Hubei
Because
Provincial Museum in Wuhan included side-by-side photographs of animals and people displayed in similar expression. One pair included a young boy and a howling chimpanzee, each photographed with their mouths agape. Others sets paired a man and a lion, both gnashing their teeth, and a man and a baboon. Let's take a look at the video.
Mm.
Holy shit.
Black monkey bad.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Kid could use some dental work.
What the hell?
it's fucking weird, but
Yeah, it's a typical art installation. What do you want?
It's some fucking gay art exhibit. Like, why does anybody give a shit?
Oh, you Chinese. Oh.
well, well,
What's the connection with the black dude in the background and a giraffe? Are
well,
they
being
supposed to look similar?
being a prototype superpower, China probably does like care how people perceive it nationally to some extent. So that's probably like, yeah, we better pull this so we don't look bad.
They're
Probably they
catching the
realized, oh
Biswo
wow,
disease.
this just looks like fucking shit.
It's just it's
This is-
who gives a fucking shit.
Wait, I mean, it's fuck off. Yeah, this doesn't even look similar. Like, it's a elephant's eye, and the kid.
It's a piece of shit.
It's lazy.
It's
Like,
just
whoever-
a piece of shit. Like, who cares?
Yeah, this is lazy. Like whoever did this is not an artist.
It's not like somebody just like wrote in paint like coolest monkey in the jungle and framed it, and then we can fucking trash stores.
I remember a while back we did a stream where we looked at so-called modern art and tried to compare it to, shit like a 5-year-old would paint.
Oh god, I think I remember that stream.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, at least as much as we shit on that, at least those probably had slightly more effort put into that than those fucking images did.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, they found out that what this chick was famous for, besides her style with the leaves in the background, is she'd paint pictures of white people who have been beheaded or stabbed against the ivy background.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she's known for. Like
really
gore porn of white people. And it's like, geez, Barack, you don't vet this bitch? Yeah, her art looks pretty good, but keep in mind she's famous for drawing pictures of dismembered white people. Like, that's her fucking shtick. Like, it's not smart of you to have her paint you dumbass.
Yeah, but remember, Obama's administration was the only
Well,
scandal.
does she only do dismembered white people because she's cheap?
I don't
and
think
doesn't
she
wanna
only
invest
does
in
that.
brown paint.
But like, look, if you look up who I don't know the name of the chick who painted that, but like, yeah, literally, like, you can find images that look just like what she painted to Barack Obama, only it's like white people with their throats slit and shit. Like, it's really graphic.
You get it. Like, is she a Muslim by any chance? Because that would explain a lot.
I'm pretty sure she's an intersectional feminist black chick. I'm almost certain of that. Like a bell hooks type, middle, like early 40s black bitch, basically, is who painted those. I mean, the art looks good. I don't give a shit.
But it's not even like drawn, it's photoshopped, so I mean anyone can do it, pretty much.
Well, the coolest monkey in the jungle one's photoshopped naturally, but I'm just saying, like, her paintings look good. They're just racist.
Those are not paintings. Those are Photoshop, because you can see that some leaves are like copy pasted. Like, if you're painting, you cannot make exact duplicates of parts of the image.
Maybe you're right. I have no idea. She's supposedly like famous or something, but I don't follow modern artists because it's bullshit.
Modern art, again. Speaking of modern art, just gonna show.
Oh god, we're gonna take a look at some examples, revisit.
Modern art, like literally shit.
Oh god!
Oh my god! What the fuck is that? It's like a Dark Souls monster.
It's the Dark Souls of modern art.
Ooh.
You think H Bomber guy would
So
take
easy.
issue
An
with
animal
that?
can do it. A fucking beetle can do it. You ever see Spike the Beetle on Facebook? They literally give him a paintbrush and he makes that shit.
No, no.
I bet that-
Non-fucking vertebrates can do this.
yeah, but seriously, you can mistake those for like the actual modern art, because especially this horse, I actually kind of like the color scheme, but yeah, it's you don't need much.
Yeah,
The
dude,
horse isn't
there's
picking the fucking colors, is it?
there's multiple monkeys who paint shit that people pay like six figures
Oh, yeah.
for. It's crazy. I mean, some of this shit looks cool, but I could never justify paying that kind of money for it. Like, if
No.
a monkey painted something that looked kind of kick ass, I could maybe pay $100 for it or something if I really badly wanted it. But like, when people are like, "Monkey painted this, so start the bidding at 120,000," I'm like, you can just fuck off, dude.
I like this sentence. Casual racism is common in China, a diverse country of more than 1
And no, not casual, virulent racism is common in China.
Yeah, like saying, yeah. So diversity doesn't prevent racism. Who knew?
I was about to say, negative feelings towards foreigners is pretty common in Asian countries, and forget what else I was gonna. Not just against foreigners, but even like other Asian groups.
Yeah, I can tell you this story. It's not about China, but basically, when I was young, my mom worked for a Mac store, like a computer hardware company. Like, she made hard drives, and she went on like a 4-month business trip to Singapore and Hong Kong and Malaysia. And she went with her coworker, who's like a 6'3" black man. So she's going to Singapore, where everyone's like 5'3" and super Asian, and they've never seen a woman with red hair like my mom. And they've definitely never in their life laid eyes on a physical black person. Like, little kids would come up to him on the subway and just touch him, just like touch his leg and then run away and shit. And they tried like dare each other to touch his hair and shit. Like, they treated him like he was a fucking unicorn. It's fucking hilarious. So that's kind of the way like Asians think about black people, or at least the way they used to before travel to China was more common. But when it comes to the Japanese, Taiwanese, Koreans, Nepalese and shit, the Chinese hate them like with a Nazi passion. Like, the Chinese, if they could like Thanos snap Korea off the map, they'd do it. Like, they fucking hate these people, like, violently. So it's sort of like the way like you'd think like, oh, surely black people in Africa must hate white people. No, they dig white people. They hate the other black people. That's the way Asia is. They hate other Asians with a fucking
Unless you go to
passion.
South Africa where they're fucking warped.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, it's really
South Africa, or
Like the
Zimbabwe.
rest of Africa hates South Africa. Them crazy niggas.
Oh, dude, in North Africa, the black people like us because we bring industry and jobs and shit. But down in South Africa, it's just fucked.
What do you other niggas do? It's like,
One of my friends'
you kicked out the
coworkers.
people who gave you all jobs.
One of my friend's coworkers, he went to visit Japan, and if you like go outside of like Tokyo or any of the major cities where tourists go, if you like try to go into a couple of their restaurants, they'll throw you out because they think you're trying to pick up their women.
Yeah, they hate gaijin. Like, the Japanese are just about as racist.
I
as
love
the Chinese.
seeing
They're really
fucking
racist.
white people in Japan. Like, there are no conservative Ultraman fans. It's like, bitch, the entirety of Asia is conservative compared to you. You live in Japan. What is wrong with you?
They have no idea how fucking conservative Japan is. They don't have any time for social justice
It's
bullshit.
amazing.
They are
You
trad cons
want
for
to see red
fucking
pill go
life.
pretty much anywhere in Asia.
Yeah, they
and I
got
love
no
them.
time for this bullshit. Like I love when that was news last year when they started spreading that word Baizuo. That's like my favorite thing, dude. It's basically like them calling us bourgeoisie white people. They're like, fuck off.
Oh,
The famous detergent ad. I love that ad. Have you seen the detergent ad? It's fucking great.
No, I haven't seen this.
Oh,
why?
man.
Full screen it. Full screen it. It's glorious.
Oh yes, please do it.
Why is the audio muted on the video?
Let me. Oh,
The audio doesn't even matter. Just watch it.
let me switch to the this one and one moment. Okay, I changed my setup slightly, so I'll have to.
All right, Boomer. And by the way, I was going to comment earlier in the stream that we might as well consider Gleb Asian because he's been inhaling something that's got his eyes mostly shut.
Ooh!
I was looking at you when you're on cameras laughing
Your
my ass
ass
off.
so slanted that might as well be vertical.
What's up with him having those white stripes on his face?
He's trying to be
apparently-
a reverse zebra. It ain't working out.
Well, apparently, maybe before he stopped in China, he visited Japan and had one of those certain ceremonies.
The implication is the guy's been painting the house and got dirty. Just keep watching. The punchline's coming.
What the fuck?
She just put a Tide Pod in his mouth, by the way.
That's where the eating of Tide Pods came from.
Oh God!
She washed the black off him.
Yeah, well the problem is it's her husband who likes to wear blackface and she doesn't like it. So,
The alternate take.
I thought hot Asian chick too. Damn.
只是一颗俏皮洗衣溶珠，俏皮全国招生热线400-800-5086。
God, fucking Chinese dialect is so hard to comprehend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But that's how little they give a shit. They just think, it's a funny joke, haha. They don't realize that.
No, the commercial was amazingly racist. That was great.
But the thing is that there are a lot of Western commercials that are the exact opposite, that denigrate white men. But
oh yeah, true, absolutely true.
Yeah, it's like these days. Anytime if they portray a nuclear family, anytime they portray a nuclear family in a commercial, it's either a gay couple or an interracial couple. Like every fucking time. And I don't care. Like the people who care, I don't. It's nothing to flip out about. The funny thing is, it's like now it's like you can't show 2 white people with the picket fence and the dog and 2.5 kids. It's like not allowed. You have to have something edgy in there. Like somebody's got to be Asian or black. You guys seen that commercial that keeps going around where it's like the couple and the joke is like once they bought a house, the husband becomes like a dad and he's mowing the lawn and putting insulation in the attic and shit. But the couple is like this 40-year-old black chick and like this fat 25-year-old Korean guy. And it's just like the oddest fucking couple you've ever seen in your life. And I'm just like, am I supposed to take this shit seriously? Like, come on.
Oh, by the way, Bethy joined us at some point. Why are we being so quiet? Bethy? Hello?
Nothing.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Token woman.
Yeah. Yeah, I got here like 5 minutes ago.
Time.
Well, it's actually I'm glad to see that finally Hangouts let you in, because the last couple times there were one time there was the Discord. Why am I calling it Discord?
Because you're derping again.
Let you in for some reason. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Again, YouTube. What do you expect? Google developers, they always fuck shit up for no reason.
So now that we have the diversity on the stream, we have a woman. We're now all allowed to be misogynist. We have our misogyny cards stamped.
I mean,
great.
Of course we're allowed. Who is gonna prevent us?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we had the permission of the resident woman. It's great. All right. So what are we doing here?
Well, just this article about this exhibition. I mean, I'm not sure that racism was actually a purpose, because, well, if they wanted to be racist, they could have been more racist. Especially this elephant thing, I don't even understand. The pictures don't look the same.
There was definitely no intention here. It's just like I just explained about my mother's coworker. These people, like, they don't see black people ever. There's like no black people in China. So to them,
They also
what they're seeing is
do not care.
Yeah, so what they're seeing is an exotic animal next to an exotic person. It's like, oh, it's exotic. That's all the theme behind it. It's that basic.
That's as far as the thought process goes.
Yeah, there was no intention behind this whatsoever, I guarantee you. The only thing that possibly could be is the chimpanzee one's a little shitposty, but I mean, that's all I see here. There's nothing else there.
They do that. They did that with like, oh, look, the animals are just like us. Like you have illustrations. Yeah, and W. Absolutely.
Yeah, you want to talk about a shaved chimp.
Yeah. I was about to say a lot of these people kind of don't understand. I hate to make it sound like I'm making a appeal to cultural being culturally relative or whatever it is.
They have no idea of black culture. They don't see black people ever. Like they have no idea what's going on.
China does not have the same history of racial interaction that the West does. I mean, so that context of comparing black people to chimps, they don't have that concept. They don't have that concept as being, bigoted or anything like that.
Well, yeah, just think about it like this. It's more like you guys ever played Soul Calibur? There's that character Mitsurugi. When they released that game in like Korea, they replaced Mitsurugi with like a white dude in samurai armor because like they fucking hate the Japanese so fucking bad in the Korean that like you can't have Japanese characters in the name. Like they'll fucking local specific change characters.
Well, it's that's one of the problems with the localizing games. I know why Koreans hate Japanese. I mean,
they have like hundreds of years of brutal war history.
But the last,
But no, it was a pretty funny fact though. Was Kim Jong-il was a pretty big fan of Godzilla.
Well, it's a cool movie.
I know, and I remember he kidnapped like this. He ordered the kidnapping of like this one South Korean director just so he could make his own Godzilla type movie for North Korea. I forget what it was called.
True story. Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't think of the name either. Now I want to look it up.
Oh God, we're still on this. My Wi-Fi cut out. Okay. I'm finally back.
Yeah, there's no. I don't think there's a whole lot more to say because whatever the bottom part of this article says is just dumb bullshit. They're not going to give the Chinese people the benefit of the doubt at all.
Oh, in 2015, promotional posters in China for the film Star Wars: The Force Awakens depicted John Boyega, black British actor, smaller than he appeared on similar posters in other countries.
Well, you know what? That's more fucking accurate to the film.
Yeah, Chinese movie posters, basically the bigger you are on the poster, the more you're the actual star. So John Boyega is a small supporting character, so he is going to be small. I mean, in fact, yes, the fucking droid has more screen time than him.
I actually think the fucking poster looks better because now all your characters are like in a line down the middle.
I'm shocked. Hold on. Why are they bringing up the Force Awakens?
He has more screen time than him.
Okay, there was like 3 people talking at once.
Yeah. Well, sorry. Stream. What do you expect?
Well, they shouldn't even talk about the Force Awakens. They should be talking about why The Last Jedi bombed, because not only did the movie prominently feature Finn, which apparently they don't care for, but Kelly Marie Tran, who I believe is Korean, was the central character in the movie, which is just like, why did you think that was going to fly in the Chinese market? All they want to see is Asian, like Chinese people and white people and nobody else. They don't want to see nobody else.
Also, like, they'll tolerate Will Smith. They like Will Smith, but that's an outlier.
Yeah, that's the thing. Someone from China, I think someone actually prominent said that one of the reasons why it didn't fare so well in China because Chinese audiences want to look at good-looking people. So
that's
again, praise Daisy Ridley, old Carrie Fisher. Daisy Ridley again, who's not that attractive. Black. I'm sorry.
Well, Daisy Ridley looks like a fucking goldfish. I mean,
she does. She really fucking does.
And she can't close her fucking mouth.
So, yeah, and I mean, like
after all the dicks she's apparently sucked. Like,
probably.
Holy shit.
That's probably the only way she got an acting career.
Well, it's Hollywood. What do you expect? But no, seriously, like, ugh. She is not like some virginal thing. Like, ugh.
It says the target of the exhibition is mainly a Chinese audience. Yeah, and Chinese people don't even think about that. It says the comparisons between people and animals are common in China and often a compliment. Yeah, like my picture next to a cheetah, I'm down with it.
Also, it's just Chinese people don't like to be pandered to.
And Chinese people do not think Chinese people also definitely do not think about monkeys like we do. They don't make that association at all. Like there's a lot of Chinese lore about monkeys that is positive.
Oh, yeah.
They consider monkeys cunning and smart because they fucking are.
Like the Monkey King for one.
Yeah, the thing Dragon Ball's based on, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
there's that.
They're probably okay with Dragon Ball, considering that it's mostly based off of fucking Buddhist principles and shit.
Yeah, it's a Buddhist thing. The Monkey King is like a Buddhist.
And the fucking anything dealing with the fucking not the Three Kings. What is it called? Journey to the West. Yeah.
Yeah, Journey to the West is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, this article is bullshit. We've debunked it before even scrolling 3/4 of the way through. We can move on. This is bullshit.
So it wasn't even, this exhibition wasn't even supposed to be racist, but
it obviously wasn't. It's just fucking a desperate reach.
The same people who say that we shouldn't judge all cultures by our own standards are the ones who probably are offended by this the most, even though it goes against their principle. But then again, SJWs don't have principles. They always flip-flop.
Well, they're always
it's
looking
about
for this
feels.
It's
no,
like
you're
when
right.
we
They don't have principles. They have feels. If something doesn't feel right to them, if it does, then it's bad. If it feels good, then it's good to them. I mean,
well, they literally get triggered. They set themselves up. So if you see
they're
a
basically
picture
H-bomber guy.
Yeah, well, if they set themselves up so that, like, if they see any image of a monkey anywhere near a black person, it's just auto racism. It's done.
Yeah. I mean, the fact SJWs also say that the majority outweighs the minority. Well, 9 out of 10 people enjoy gang rape, so.
Exactly. Ooh, spicy.
Shots fired.
Spicy.
Anyway, next meme. Clap the shit.
Meme
I'm done
review. Next meme.
What talk about? Well, let's talk about since. By the way, this is, if you haven't seen this, I call it Mussolini and Mussolini.
Who's who?
Yeah, I am the Duke of Space.
It's the last time I'm taking cocaine.
What's going on there? Why do you have AOC eyes?
That is meth. That is meth eyes.
Who are you? Are you? But after another line.
Oh, dude! Everybody was cranked up on meth back then. Fucking battle stimulants.
Yeah.
I mean, if you read on Hitler's, like. Oh, by the way, this fun fact: I was, on while I still was using Facebook. Someone commented. Someone left such a comment. I think it's one of those, LARPer Nazis, who think they are fascist.
So
they
most
don't know anything about, fascists or Nazis. He said,
most
Hitler,
of them
didn't, abuse substances because Hitler. I said, well, about that. Given that Hitler received a daily injection of a cocktail of morphine, amphetamine, cocaine, and a bunch of other stuff. Like every day.
Yeah, dude, Hitler was speedballing his way through the fucking chancellorship.
Well, to be fair, back then, these things didn't have the stigma they have now. So, it's those.
Then again, they also didn't have a stereo for you to rob yourself for drug money either.
I also once heard that,
dude, back then there was heroin and cough syrup.
El Duce,
that was cocaine and cough syrup. Good man.
Heroin wasn't in cough syrup because it actually acts like a cough suppressant.
Oh. I thought it was just cocaine.
Well, cocaine is like an analgesic, so they put that in like toothache drops and gum and shit.
I actually have this meme from a while back.
Well, I also heard El Duce, he once had like a 9-some or something.
Oh, look, given the context of the topic, I would think a 9-some would mean that take the 9 drugs at the same time, which. Well, again...
No, he once had 9 different sexual partners at one time.
Well, I mean, the one doesn't preclude the other. Why not both?
I really want the fucking cannabis and chloroform drops. I could fucking just put 3 of those under my tongue, man. That'd be awesome.
Chloroform was there, I think, as a solvent purely. So.
Oh, probably. But yeah, just straight pure fucking indica extract and drops. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Actually, well, the fun fact is that cocaine toothache drops, they would work because
it's an analgesic. It's like topical anesthetic. Yeah.
If you snort a line, your face will go numb really quickly.
Yes, it will. I know this.
By the way, cocaine first was used as in medicine as a local anesthetic, and it actually revolutionized surgery. Because
yes, this is true. It does make you go completely fucking numb. It works like as good as Oragel.
It was the anesthetics at the time were the ones that knock you out completely, and in some operations it's either unadvisable or completely unusable. So you
real bad if you do that.
The patient should be should remain conscious, but should have some analgesic. So yeah, the cocaine in those cases, it was perfect for that. Nowadays there are better local anesthetics, so cocaine is almost never used in medicine. And in some really, really rare cases, it's still prescribed in some countries, but it's so rare that almost never happens. But anyways, the thing is that the thing about those medications, they worked. The problem with, for example, using heroin or morphine as a cough suppressant is not that it doesn't work. It has some other,
well, people were just getting hooked on the medication all the time. Like there was a lot of epidemic fucking in the late 1800s, early 1900s, all the time.
Like nowadays, a lot of people are addicted to, prescription, opiate anesthetics. For example, in the US, it's a problem. Like people are hooked on oxycodone and other stuff.
Yeah, and Dilaudid, which is based on the same thing that laudanum was made out of. Yeah.
What's the name of this right-wing pundit who turned out to be like a really, really heavy drug addict?
Oh yeah, not Rush Limbaugh.
Oh yeah, he had oxycodone.
Yeah,
he was pounding oxycodone. The green pills, just pounding those.
There's like 40 pills a day. That's probably like decades of abuse. If someone who isn't addicted took 40 pills a day, probably die immediately. Like, seriously.
If you tried to take 10 pills and had no fucking tolerance, you could get sick and possibly die. In order to get up to 40 pills, you have to work up a fucking tolerance.
Yeah, that's years and years of heavy use.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do though is get hooked on barbiturates. I've known so many athletes that got hooked on fucking barbiturates. That shit can kill you to quit it.
Oh yeah, the problem with barbiturates is that tolerance to desired effects builds up quicker than tolerance to side effects. So you have to bump up the dose, but as you bump up the dose, since the tolerance to side effect isn't as high, your side effects get worse and worse.
Holy shit!
Usually just a lot of
I just read the ingredients on the infant release stuff. Oh fuck!
But again, the thing about ingredients,
the wrong century.
Well, speaking of ingredients, at least you need to take into account the dosage, because the same thing. Like for example, nowadays cough syrup has often has codeine, which is also an opiate, but the dosage is kind of low. So to get high on the syrup, you have to chug a couple of.
Oh man, the Benzedrine inhaler. The scariest one is the bottom center one. Fucking Benzedrine inhaler. I'd have a fucking heart attack.
Well, Benzedrine is amphetamine. It's
yeah. It's like what's in Sudafed. Like I'm one of those people. If I pop a couple Sudafeds, I won't sleep for 2 fucking days.
By the way, after the stream, remind me about this topic. I have something to say, but I'm not sure if I should say it on the stream. By the way, to the very few people who are watching us, yeah, this will be a mystery to you. It's nothing that
we can never do a stream without doing a segment on drugs. It's like
yeah, that's part of the rule.
Yeah, it's like EFAP without watching a stupid video, and discussing it. It cannot be done. It wouldn't be it without that. It's our almost sacred tradition.
So I'm thinking now maybe we should rename our show to the Anti-SJW Ultradegeneracy Drug Den.
Oh, we should rename it like drug discussion with some anti-SJW topics.
The anti-fucking social degeneracy, whatever, instead of pharmacology instead of degeneracy, whatever. Too tired to get the name right.
Well, yeah, I always said that drug dealers should,
autism.
People who synthesize drugs in their basements, they should call themselves unofficial pharmaceutical factories.
Independent pharmaceutical production technician.
Oh, this is actually. What's the name of the
next meme?
Next meme.
What have I done?
Well, and this guy went all like, oh, there's no such thing as an illegal, illegal alien. They're undocumented aliens. Hell yeah.
I actually did. You remember how I'm always talking every time whenever something comes up, I always talk about shit I see on CNN. I should be taking screenshots of all this shit. I fucking read this comment yesterday where this guy's like, the conservatives are always trying to call them illegal aliens because they're trying to like compare them to fucking space aliens and shit because they're not even of this world. They're dehumanizing them. I'm like, no, that's what the word alien means, you dumb cunt. It means from away from here.
CNN commentator that sit there is like, well, of course you're gonna have a high rate of criminality when you add crossing the border as a criminal act.
Yeah, that's gonna be about 100%. Fucking dumbasses. Yeah.
I was about to say, so if I say something like Christianity is an alien religion to Europeans because it's originally from the Middle East, does that mean I'm saying it's from outer space? It's like, no.
Well, since you mentioned this,
right now we're going back to the fuck.
Alien is just another way of saying foreign. That's literally what it means. Like space aliens are foreign to the planet Earth. Like that's all that means. People are fucking dumb. It's like fucking leftists. They can't even spell. First of all, you should like fucking take bets. Like just take a random CNN video and just take bets on how far you have to scroll to see a comment that has perfect punctuation and capitalization. You'll probably be scrolling forever. Like these people are just fucking retarded.
You would think that NPCs would have better spelling because they're literally like
they're either too lazy or they're fucking illiterate. I mean, I swear to God.
Why not both?
By the way, Bethy wanted to say something, but our misogynistic shitlords couldn't let a woman speak.
You got to butt in. Just fucking stick your chest out.
No.
Oh. Ain't gonna happen. Well. No, I'm here. Oh. I didn't say anything though.
Oh, so, well, I guess I hallucinated.
So we didn't mansplain over you?
If I'm hallucinating during the stream and not after the stream, that's
you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yep.
Sometimes your sound goes kind of robotic. So, well, at least it mostly works. So that's good enough.
Okay, good.
Well, we can let's switch to another topic.
I keep hearing like.
How's it getting robotic?
The next one, okay.
Yeah. So
speaking of aliens.
Oh God, where's fucking Lewis? God damn it!
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Yeah, here we go.
It's impossible. It's impossible to pause on her face and have her look natural. She's just all freak out all the time.
She's a brown goon is what she is.
Let's image search.
She has no chest. Is she tall? If she's actually tall, then she actually is a goon.
Oh shit.
She just has like no natural facial expression. There's one picture. How hard do you think that photographer had to work to get that one of her in front of the flag where she looks like a normal human being?
God, she looks
probably there for hours.
Dipped her deep fried.
She looks like a human female version of the Groiper meme. You know that other frog?
Oh my God, you're right.
Like she's always making those slightly off facial expressions like that fucking meme. I swear to God.
Her face is tired.
Well, she's like the uncanny valley of human
There
form.
are some of the pictures. I mean, like that one. You know, the one at the
never
top
smile.
Right there.
Don't.
My bet, you know, I'm sure if we look
She
at
looked like the happy
some,
merchant.
See that one at the
if we
at
look
the
at
upper
some,
left now is like normalish with her mouth closed.
if we look
Yeah.
at one of her label, like under one of her feet, I'm pretty sure she comes from the same.
So fucking like big.
I'm sure she comes from the same factory as
Don't
Mark
raise
Zuckerberg.
your upper fucking lip so much, Jesus.
I mean, yeah. See, here's the
Actually, I
misogynist
have to
portion
say
of the
though,
stream.
you know, she would be great to have at parties if you lose your bottle opener.
You guys remember
seriously.
that? Do you guys remember that famous wax museum? I think it's Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in L.A. You always know how like the wax figures kind of look a little bit off. She looks like an animated wax figure.
Stop raising your fucking upper lip so much.
Oh, God damn it!
Make you look like a
Teeth
goober.
actually look fake to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
but
describe.
when you have fucking dentures, you don't raise your lips up that much.
I am 100% sure.
I mean, I wouldn't do that.
Cortez was built in the same factory as Mark Zuckerberg. I'm sure. Look at the label under her feet. That's where they put it. I'm sure it's the same
You're
factory.
saying she's a living
It
sex
is
doll?
possible.
No.
Because didn't Cortez recently claim she has distant Jewish ancestry?
Oh, yeah, and
She did.
And the picture,
Where is
they choose.
Where the fuck is Lewis?
And the picture
He
they
needs
chose
to get
to
his
use
brown
to
ass here.
represent that was her with the happy merchant pose.
oh yeah, that whoever chose that particular photograph.
Well, there are like there's certain facial proportions that almost all people have, and it bothers people when they don't have it. Her eyes are way too high up on her face, and
Oh
her
my
nose
God,
is
you're
shaped
right.
weird, and her jawline is massive. Like she's got like a fucking snake's jawline.
But look at this.
I'm sorry. I would not get
use Jewish ancestry, and they show
I'm afraid of those teeth.
like look at
But it's mostly that her eyes are way too high up, so she looks like elongated somehow.
And it's not only that; it's she like always has her eyes wide the fuck open, like this chick is methed out or something.
Yeah, her eyes bug out really far.
Maybe she is.
Oh yeah, I remember when that picture got taken, and I was just like, that photographer got the perfect. I remember that.
Oh wow!
They use this in this article. Jewish ancestry.
Yeah, these people literally posted this fucking article.
Oh god!
This is real.
Oh god, this works. This is working out better than Pepe.
This is the Associated fucking Press put this up. For fuck's sake. How did this guy not get fired for doing this? How did he not get shut down?
It has to be on purpose. No, it couldn't be this accidental.
Charles Krupa, Associated Press, which I don't know if that's the guy who wrote the article. It's at least the guy who took the picture, probably. Jesus Christ.
Oh. I want to know who. I really want to know who was responsible for this. I mean, doing Ocasio-Cortez as the happy merchant at a Jewish function. Wow.
This is too good to be accidental.
I have to stop everything. Do you see that headline that said, "New party, who dis? Ocasio-Cortez has whole Democrat party shook." It literally said that as the headline.
Where was this?
Go back a couple to the article. Go back to the article. It was in the sidebar of related articles.
Let me go back to it.
The second one from the bottom on the top 10 trending articles.
What the hell? Who let these cringy millennials write this shit?
Oh wow, that's I see upper nostrils to her brain. Great shot. Saul Loeb of Associated Press and Getty Images.
What the hell is this?
She looks like somebody like painted a fucking picture on a fucking dick. Like
this is so bad. Like right like this. new party who this.
I know I'm horrible, but I get obsessed with like the way people's faces look, and she fucks me up, dude. She gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one unifying in the unifying. Is there one thing unifying Democratic and Republican parties is the fear of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Yeah, because she's crazy as fuck. Because the party line seems every day.
I think people have some legit reason to be afraid of her.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did you see that phrase at the top? It said she's been compared to Sarah Palin and Donald Trump. This is a false equivalence. It was all in italics. The top paragraph. Jesus Christ. No. She literally is exactly like Sarah Palin.
What the hell? There's this article on the Boston Globe, and it says y'all need to quit.
Yeah, if I could, if I had the chance to interview her, do you know what I would do? The first thing I'd ask her is sit it down, and I'd be like, "So, Senator Ocasio-Cortez, what do you read?" So at least one person here remembers that meme from
I remember. By the way, let me I'm not paying these retards a cent because if they put y'all in their articles, they're not getting a cent from me. Fuck this shit.
Talk about a false equivalence. No, she is literally Sarah Palin. She's a gaffe machine, and she's got an IQ that's around room temperature. Yes, she's basically Sarah Palin. Like, come on.
If you forgot this video, I actually found it.
Sarah Palin was more attractive than that.
I was curious, what newspapers and magazines did you regularly read before you were tapped for this to stay informed and to understand?
I've read most of them, again, with a great appreciation for the press, for the media.
All of the newspapers and all of the magazines.
To be fair, having known what I know now, these questions are bullshit. Because regardless of what answer you give, you're going to be roasted. So just
the thing is, that's a softball question. Is just tell me, what do you read? Like, that's a pretty easy question.
Sure, should have said Washington Post or something, just random famous newspaper.
No, that's true.
And the answer is Sarah Palin is a ditz who used to be like a fucking talent model. Like, remember that chick in like the chick who was famous for saying like the Europe and the Africa and shit. Like, she was saying like weird shit about countries
and the Iraq and places.
And the
like
Iraq, yes. She's basically that chick.
I know.
She was a
I know
model
she's incompetent as governor of Alaska too. We're not.
She's almost certainly can't really read. Like, she could probably read at like a fourth grade level.
She just doesn't give a shit.
Well, it's one of those. I'd put my money on she reads at a fourth grade level.
Like when Craig Ferguson actually interviewed her, like long before she was even considering like politics outside being governor of Alaska, she wasn't like batshit retarded sounding.
I wonder if like her campaign managers just made her afraid of the press and shit. Like,
yeah,
she just panics.
That's almost likely what happened. People sound immensely retarded under pressure, like what happened to Bush prior to him becoming president. Like when he was governor of Texas, he sounded like a normal fucking human being.
Yeah, Styx Hexenhammer theorizes that Bush pretended to be retarded to avoid scrutiny, basically. He'd rather people call him a monkey than people call him a war criminal, because he's a fucking war criminal.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, also, when you have two major buildings have planes flew into them not long into your presidency.
Yeah, because, Al-Qaeda plans to attack U.S. I think I'll just read the kids instead. What's the worst that could happen?
And it's sort of like how Trump got in because of the opposition. When your opposition is John Kerry and Al Gore, like, anybody could beat them. Jeb could have beat them.
And he did it! And he fucking did it!
Oh, yeah, he did screw Al Gore with fucking campaign, what do you call it, ballot fraud. So, yeah.
And Al Gore still would have lost! Because he did lose!
Because they put the votes, they put the Florida votes in a lockbox.
Yeah, so nobody could get to them and change them.
Yeah. Well, by the way, lots of voter fraud still getting sorted out here in the county next over to mine in Florida. Voter fraud is a Floridian tradition.
Florida man.
But back to the Sarah Palin thing, she could have sounded smart even if she cited like a local newspaper she likes to read. But
she could have said like the Alaskan Telegraph or some bullshit and just left it at that. Like she could have said literally fucking anything.
Yeah, I know the first newspaper comes to my New York Times. You know,
she could even sound fucking witty by saying she reads the Weekly World News.
Yeah, she could have said literally anything, but when she says, I read all of the magazines and all of the newspapers with, quote, a great respect for the press, it's just like, are you trying to kill yourself? Like,
she may not have wanted to fucking win.
There are a lot of newspapers.
So I would ask her what she reads, and she fucking Ocasio-Cortez would probably just say Twilight or something. Could you fucking...
No, I love the New York Times.
50 Shades of Grey.
Slowly emerged from her head like she's a fucking.
When they introduce legislation about choking people with neck scarves.
50 Shades of Hogwarts.
Fucking
Harry Potter. Fucking gremlin constantly.
And the way Democrats are right now, she literally could have said, I read Harry Potter and it informs me morally or something, and they would have taken that as an answer.
Like half of the Democratic Party's votership would get fucking wet after hearing that. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I read J.K. Rowling's Twitter feed, and I read Harry Potter at least once a year, the entire series. It just would have been they would have been masturbating.
Well, what, you or them?
Them. I never read Harry Potter. I don't
care what you do in your free time. You just brought it up, and I wasn't sure.
I know that Harry Potter is Star Wars for millennials. But
speaking of, yesterday I noticed this tweet, and apparently it's not like a parody account. Look at this, you know.
Oh yeah, this fucking retarded
verified
shit.
And has like millions of followers. Like,
oh
my god.
Yeah, except for the problem that you're not allowed to use magic in your first year.
What is
this?
This
doesn't make any sense.
Is this like the wiki site, or is this J.K. Rowling herself? Like, who wrote this?
It's official. She had to sign off on this.
They teleport their shit into.
Yes, except for the first-year students who are apparently just shitting themselves in place because you're not allowed to use magic in your first.
By the way, have you guys ever seen
the first thing that got pointed out?
There's so many compilations on like YouTube and Live Leak of people literally just shitting their pants and like shaking the turd out of their pants leg. Like this is apparently a thing that happens. I swear to God.
It's so unnecessary too. It's a fucking castle. Castles had like sewage systems.
Yeah, at least shit out a window. I mean, for Christ's sake.
That's basically what they did.
Yeah, take a shit.
Why
in
do you
the
think the castles had like the upper levels that shut it out? It's so the shit could come down the side.
And they just shit in the moat, yeah.
Yeah.
Trump is Voldemort. Yeah, I remember when that was like everybody patting themselves on the back. Conformity is like a virtue to these people.
Voldemort was like a fucking incel. It was hysterical in hindsight.
Oh, wow.
Have you never seen this before, James?
This is a classic.
Viral.
Yeah.
Classic.
We brought this on the street before, I think.
I wonder for like 2 years. How much time until Daniel Radcliffe gets a... Oh my god! I wonder when Daniel Radcliffe is gonna get shit for having done this movie.
You're a grand wizard, Harry.
Well, he was on stage naked on a horse for Equus. So.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Please, I'm not a little faggot child. I will do anything. Please, just get me out of here. Fucking be a skinhead. All right, mate. Let's go.
He had his arty phase. Yeah,
Give
he
me
did
my
a lot
fucking
of weird
Guinness.
shit.
Let's do this, bitch. I don't care. Fuck that.
Remember this one?
Oh yeah, this was great.
Actors will do that. Oh, that fat prick.
Sorry about that. I demand that you... You are breaking an entry! Dry up, Dursley, you faggot. Oh, I haven't seen you since you was a baby, Harry, but you're a faggot. You I've got something for you. Afraid I might have sat on it at some point, but I imagine it's fine just the same. I baked it myself, words and all.
Excuse me.
Blimey, Harry.
No. Who are you?
Professor McGonagall, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. Of course, you know all about Hogwarts.
No.
No? What? Blimey, Harry, didn't you ever wonder where your mum and dad learned it all?
No.
Well, did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain when you were angry or scared?
No.
It's actually not.
Faggot.
Not you're a vegetarian. Oh yeah, this is the one. Oh.
You're a faggot, Harry.
I'm a what?
Oh, faggot.
That reminds me. You've seen the Nickelback one. That's "Look at This Faggot." That's my favorite one.
Look at this faggot.
Great meme template.
Like the look at this graph one.
Yeah. Hey, how did we get on My Little Pony here? What the fuck was that?
Oh, it was an intro for the video.
I'm a what?
Oh, faggot. And that's something good tonight, wager.
Yeah.
What's your trace?
I can't be a
A faggot. Oh, that's not your cake, you fat cunt. Now you're fucked.
Yeah, that was the one I wanted to show.
That was pretty good.
Fun fact, if you search for "You're a Faggot, Harry," some results are really, really weird. Like, for example, a lot of
Dubstep remix.
Oh, the weirder the better.
Word. Like,
Oh yeah, Filthy Frank, and when his stuff was actually good and not just generic sad boy garbage. That seamen eat up because they have no taste. Confirmed because I'm friends with many of them, and they accept
It's sad how all the old guard that was supposedly like everybody who mattered on YouTube is all kind of sucks now. Like H3 is garbage. Like Ray Williams Johnson does nothing but copy strike people.
By the way,
I thought he actually died.
Check this out.
I didn't know it was a thing since
Wait
2000.
till give out the joke in the thumbnail. There's no surprise if your thumbnail just reveals the joke. So you're going to say, "Oh, you're nothing but a flaming faggot," and the show literal flaming faggot. Oh yeah.
Thumbnails are important.
Also, it gets weirder because this video is I don't know what it is, but just.
Buckshot.
I think I found Sarah Ryder in her teen years. Freaking drum the face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, we could be talking about important fucking political stuff, or we could just review YouTube
please,
poop.
God, no, I'm fucking sick of this shit.
I tell you,
Please, eat
Oh,
drama.
the iDub
fucking
Saint
shit rat,
Niggers
just
clip
fucking
was up
anything.
Everybody, just take a look at the link I just posted before, without putting it on the screen or anything yet.
Okay, cancer.
Yeah, when we're ready to actually have a butt conversation.
Oh yeah, that's the degeneracy we did.
Oh fuck.
About.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just
You're
trying
going
to say that
straight to hell.
some of the there's like a 2-second clip of a really, really distorted voice saying "Congrats, faggot," and it shows Rob the Robot from Nintendo,
Oh, play it.
Nintendo accessory ever.
Play it.
Hayden, you're a faggot.
No, play. No, play the fucking Rob thing. I wanted to see it.
Boy, what do you want to see?
The one you were just describing is right there.
Oh,
The
this
robot one.
faggot.
Yeah. I wanted to see it.
There's like two.
I know.
Yeah, that's the whole video.
Oh, that was neat.
In the 80s, text to speech was pretty novel. Probably the funniest I've ever laughed in my life. You guys remember those old big iMacs, the original iMac?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that were like just a monitor.
Oh,
and somebody had written in the text to speech and turned the volume up to maximum in the middle of computer lab. So everybody's in computer lab, and all of a sudden you hear loud enough to rattle the fucking windows. You just hear penis. And just the entire, we're all in like 7th grade, so people are rolling on the fucking floor laughing. I miss being a kid when that kind of shit was hilarious.
Yeah. The search was for faggot Harry, and this is Nickelback photograph.
Oh, fitting.
It knew.
Also, by the way, check out this. Like, this is the most epic comeback ever.
I've been called a faggot today so many times, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not the faggot. You're the faggot.
Epic.
I don't know. It looked like you took a. I don't know. Like you have like an entire eyebrow in between your eyebrows. I don't know.
Oh, black guy goes flying across the screen. You know what's funny is, you know how famous the clip is of the just deal with it black guy with the guy who claps his face and goes across the screen? That video is an unfunny piece of trash, but just that one scene is iconic. Because the guy just keeps going like the joke. He's like, I'm not a rapper, but like 2 + 2 = 4, and then everybody freaks out for no reason. That's the joke. It's supposed to be a rap battle of some kind.
Well, was it like a, it sounds almost like a parody of this scrap, the dingo scrap, because 2 + 2 is 4 - 1 is 3. Quick math. Was it like a parody of that or something?
I can't even roll R's anymore. I'd never be able to say anything.
This is a good video.
The most I can do is do the Wookiee noise.
Sounds like it looks like a Vine.
I can't even whistle.
Yeah. Check this out.
Harry, what is it? You're a nigga, Harry.
That's actually not a bad remix.
Again, so notice how we just slide it into like pure shit posting, and let's get.
Because nobody wants to get to like the Clinton child rape scandal. Just saving that shit.
Yeah, we don't want to die, so talking about it.
By the way, this clip could be useful.
Hi, faggot.
If you're responding to some video and someone's like, "Hello, YouTube," you put this as a go. "Hello, YouTube." Hi, faggot.
No, you gotta put that on the fucking soundboard, because hi faggot has high value.
Yeah, especially since he's British.
Just every time we have a new person come on, it's like, introduce yourself, and I'm like, hi, I'm yada yada. You just hear, hi, faggot.
Let's finish this article. We started.
We didn't even start it.
Oh, yeah,
we can only handle so much retardation before your brain cells just start to die.
Yeah, it's there's not much to talk about.
You don't even need to read the article.
Ocasio-Cortez voted to fund ICE, and then it takes Trump for supporting ICE.
You might as well just play the video and just be done with it.
Great Twitter video player strikes again.
Fuck it. I'll just believe MSNBC. I'll take their word for it.
Yeah.
That's
going to end well.
President should not be asking for more money to an agency that has systematically violated human rights. The president should be really defending why we are funding such an agency at all.
And then
after she voted to fund
in the spirit of Lewis, I have to say, go back to Daddy Castro, you fucking commie.
If I was like her agent who helped with her public image and stuff, I'd like basically put her in one of those neck braces and say, Alexandria, I'm going to need you to learn how to talk without moving your head. Like, you need to stop doing that.
Yeah, she voted to fund ICE.
Yes, yeah. That's her name right there.
Well, she did the right thing.
So, bill title, making further continuing appropriations for the Department of Homeland Security for fiscal year 2019 and for other purposes. So, why is that not there? A link to the text of this. Also, the only one.
Well, you can look up the the resolution.
Can you believe how many people said no? Don't fund border security. That's a lot.
And
well, you realize the Regency actually said yes, right?
Republicans,
because her constituents would fucking murder her if she said no.
But look, every single one who said no is a Republican.
That's kind of weird.
Well,
what else was in the bill? Was there earmarked for bullshit?
I'm guessing this is one of the bills they proposed that were just like that were to reopen the government without.
Yeah, there was earmarks and weird shit in that bill for sure. It's probably an omnibus.
So there's is there a text of the bill? Read text.
Yeah, given that all the Republicans said no, there was almost guaranteed to be an omnibus. So it probably had fund ice in it, but no wall and some bullshit factor. I guarantee it.
It's actually short. Let's take a look at this. So we are not just shitposting; we're also like really in-depth political research.
Well, at least we're proving to be even more of real news than fucking CNN. So,
well, it's not very high bar, to be honest.
Yeah. And to the viewers, it's actually illegal to read this, so don't look it up. It's just only degeneracy.
You're getting the information from us. It's different.
I got this word straight from Chris Cuomo. We're the only people who can read this.
So, it's like it's just explanation of terms. Where's the bill itself? Yeah.
I guess there's
not much there.
What is that? Just like the cover page? What is this?
Oh, it's making for continuing operations for the department. So it's almost like it doesn't say how much. Just
probably a couple $2 billion at the least.
Yeah, so it's it's boring. Let's go back to posting.
Too much lawyer speak.
It's boring.
Definitely a spending bill, though.
Yeah.
Oh God, the Black Lord's gonna kill us all.
Yeah, I'm always fearing every time I hear those clicks. I always fear I'm gonna hear a huge bang.
Yeah, so at the very least, that was a spending bill specific to Homeland Security that I guess they tried to push through, and they're guaranteed with some sort of earmark on it or something that got caught.
Of course.
Because Republicans would have passed that if it was just that. There had to be more stuck to it. At least I think so.
I guess maybe they're just supporting the shutdown of the government by voting no on anything.
I have no idea.
Perhaps.
No, all I know is build the wall.
The off chance I ever live alone in like some rural state where there's like not another house for like a mile, then you could worry about the Big Bang following the clicks. And if I'm streaming outside for some reason, like Lewis.
So I don't know how solid the story is because there's something really fishy about that bill.
Yeah, the fact that every single Republican except for one was like
probably because there was something super paused in it.
Yeah, there's guaranteed something stuck to that bill that was bullshit. There's no way the votes would have gone that way.
Let's actually read it because even though it's boring, let's read it. So, making further continuing appropriations for the Department of Homeland Security for fiscal year 2019 and for other purposes. I like how unknown specific is and for other purposes. Like what? Other purposes can include, I don't know, drugs and hookers.
Yeah, I was about to say, the Department of Defense has like $100 billion in unallocated funds that the president can pretty much spend on whatever he wants. That's why Trump was considering using the national emergency to fund the wall, was to take that money from the DHS to fund the wall's construction in whole. And I'm pretty sure probably all these other departments like the DHS.
Well, the point is that this is an interview, and I think in that second item there it says something about substituting some text for substituting some other text in each place it appears. So there's stuff being overwritten. We don't know exactly what it is, but that's a sign that there's something wrong there. It's like, this thing shall be applied by substituting this phrasing for this phrasing. We don't know exactly what it is.
So there's this link to this law and this read text.
I don't know how far into this rabbit hole you want to go, because it can get really deep.
Oh yeah, the text is
considering the friggin' Obamacare was like a 2,000-page bill or something.
I was just looking for little telltale signs, and the point is, whenever something says we're going to substitute this wording for this wording, means something major was being changed. That's one thing.
Yeah, section 105 4 parentheses for section 105 3 in parentheses. Let's see what this said. Okay. I can't even find the there's.
I forgot how good this was.
Because in this case, all of the section 105, all of the things in the parentheses.
Well, you're looking for 105C was what was being mentioned as a substitute.
All the things in parentheses are like letters and not numbers. So they are substituting this thing that never appears with another thing that also never appears. Okay.
Yeah, see, we can't go too far into this because it'll be boring and confusing. Just know that they were definitely changing things that somebody had a problem with.
Yeah.
We'll leave it to the viewer to slog through this bullshit. We can't do this on stream. This is madness.
It's really boring, and it's. Well, I think maybe those. Sometimes those official documents are designed to be unreadable. For example, I'm sure that Obamacare was so long and so tedious just because so a lot of people who voted it don't even read it fully.
Well, a lot of these laws that get passed, they're huge stacks of paper in print.
Well, again, remember what Nancy Pelosi said during that? Well, we have to pass the bill to find out what's in it.
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's shit.
Also, it can remind me of.
The Republicans are incompetent. She just fucking blurts that out like the.
Did you ever hear?
Well, a lot of mostly it's like lobbyists. It's like lobbyists and like clerks and shit writing this up, and they just rubber stamp it. Fucking senators are figureheads. They're not really doing anything.
Of course
not.
No,
have you heard of this story of Old Man Henderson? It was basically like character created for role playing just to get back at the cuntish DM. And the thing about this is the guy who invented Old Man Henderson here purposefully wrote his backstory for 300 and something pages just to make sure that the DM wouldn't read it in full. So at any moment he can invent some justifications for Henderson having some skills that it's in the backstory written that he knows Portuguese. If he needs Portuguese for in the game, how do you know? It's in the backstory, and he knows that nobody would read those 300 pages of really really tedious.
I fucking would. That wouldn't take me very long. I actually do read very fast.
If you speed read it just looking for key phrases and shit, it's not that hard to do. People can read faster than they think they can.
It's a tabletop role playing, and this was like in the past. So it was written on the paper with a pen. So yeah, there's no way to quickly check it. By the way, if you haven't heard of this, just read this story, or better yet, there are videos on YouTube where someone reads this story. It's fucking hilarious.
Whenever people pretend like speed reading is some sort of hard skill or something, no, all you have to do to speed read is, how normally when you read you hear the words said out loud in your head? That's the only thing that's making you slow. If you read and just let your brain identify words without saying them out loud in your thoughts, you can read fucking 600 words a minute, no problem.
I actually can read at that rate. I still hear the words when I read.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah,
well, yeah, because thoughts can be instant.
I mean, like me talking how I am right now is through years of practice. Because I read at 500-600 words a minute. I damn near talk that fast.
I'm trying to remember what it's called, but there's this program. If any of you guys remember what it's called, it got shared around on like Facebook and shit a bunch. There's this website where they'll play like text, like one word at a time in a window, and you
Oh,
can
yeah, I
change
know
the
that.
speed as it shows up. Dude, you could read at like 800 words a minute if you try and like really pay attention to 1,000. Like anybody can do that. That thing makes it easy because it just shows you one word at a time to the point where it's like showing you a word a frame and you still can read it.
Okay. Anyway, before we move on to the next topic, I do have something I have to brag about.
Well, good, because Gleb's just took a break, so it's up to us to
Took
fill in
a
the time.
coffee break.
All right, let me actually get where I'm screen sharing.
Oh, how does this fucking thing do this?
Oh, no. Okay, am I actually on the screen when I talk?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
These, by the way, are actual, like, from the movie, from the Power Rangers movie, thigh plates from the Blue Ranger armor.
What, you
No
got
way.
them?
Yeah. Somebody in one of my prop groups on Facebook actually got like a whole collection of armor parts and stuff like that. And so
Oh yeah, the
I'm actually going to use these in a costume for Dragon Con. Mostly because people, when they find out that they are actual
Holy
production
crap.
pieces, are going to be like, "Oh my god, you're using what?"
You have the grease
yeah, 'cause
plates
they
of the Blue
mass-produced that shit.
Ranger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
also-
I'm saying these were actually made for use in production.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they make a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So he has the grief plates of the Blue Ranger. That's +5 to faggotry right there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I don't know if I'm going to use them as forearm, chest, or thigh plates.
You do you, my dude.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I'm doing a redesigned
Hey,
and I'm having this on the chest for the Darth Vader.
Nice.
Holy crap.
What the hell is it? I need to fix this.
But hopefully I'll be able
I
to get
found
the
an
Darth
interesting-
Vader built because I still have to work on my friggin' R2-D2 Hulkbuster.
You found an interesting what?
No, I'm doing an
I
R2.
found an interesting article that gets back.
Okay. And with that, our resident brown skin has arrived.
Wait,
Guys
one
hear me?
for- you are discussing.
There he is, my boy.
Come on, people. Anyways, let's talk.
Oh
about
yeah, no, Gleb, while you were gone, I was showing off these. These are actually used in production of the Power Rangers movie.
Oh,
Well,
Prop
I bought the
costume.
I bought the Black Tar Heroin if anybody wants them.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh shit.
well,
I just
He's
tried
turned.
hummus, but I
He's
just tried
turned.
hummus for the very
Run.
first time.
It's finally
I just
time
tried
for
hummus, but
Bilio Acosta. I'm so excited.
yeah, mental disability.
We could spend the rest of the stream just looking at replies to his tweet, dude. It's gonna be it's just a wall of get fucked. He got
Yeah.
ratioed harder than anybody in the universe.
I don't know if I'm the only one, but
Hey, after the
go ahead, Beth.
after this, can we talk about an article that I saw earlier? James Alsop, one of his recent videos. Basically, there's this guy who plugged NBC News about how raising white kids to be successful is white supremacy, apparently.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll post the link for you guys to see.
Occasionally migrants come through,
okay.
but it's quite safe, except for the migrants and the murders and the rape.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah, let me.
look at this glorious shitpost.
Oh yeah, Dear diary. Now politics is just getting memeing and getting memed at.
Oh, I need to clean this.
Let's check out this video where he accidentally proves that walls work.
Now, one thing we should point out, these steel slats don't run the entire length of the border here in McAllen, Texas. As a matter of fact, at this point where we're standing right now, there is a chain link fence behind me and then some brush and some trees before you hit the Rio Grande River. Now, talking to folks, there are migrants that come through this area, But a lot of the residents we talk to say this is a very safe community and that they don't see migrants coming into their community causing a lot of crime and mayhem.
Yeah, because
there's a wall.
It's probably helping that there is a way to hinder their entrance.
Jim, why aren't you putting 2 and 2 together?
Also,
because he's Jim Acosta. That doesn't work.
Because he sucks at math.
And Jim's there with the camera. He could prove to us that there's already an extensive tunnel network under that wall, because that's supposedly what happens underneath every single section of wall. There's already a tunnel there. They just go under the wall, hurdy-dur. As if it doesn't take lots of time and money and effort and danger to dig under a fucking wall.
No, shut up. They're industrious. Well, then
I
why
think
don't
he
they
was
fix
too
their
much
country?
I have a bad feeling that Jim Acosta was too much Fast and Furious, especially that scene where they go under the border, under the Mexican border.
That's right, everybody. The cartels fucking ferry human beings under the fucking border in fucking tunnels big enough to drive a Bugatti Veyron through. I'm sure.
Canadian style.
So they built a Hyperloop, is what you're saying.
The thing is, like, where there are tunnels, they're like hard to get through and hard to maintain.
What did Enrique Musco build this fucking L Hyperloop? Like, what is this shit?
Yeah, it's just no. The wall will work. Like, they're thinking that you shouldn't build the wall because it's not foolproof. Well, what? So we shouldn't do anything because there's no such thing as a foolproof barrier.
Oh yeah,
Like,
this shit.
You know, every look can be
shit.
Alright.
Look at all those fucking skinheads.
We should just dissolve the American government. We should dissolve all our government because they aren't foolproof.
Yeah, look.
But by the way, is this a shit post or did somebody say this in all seriousness?
No, this is actually where my idiot father got this from. This is ridiculous.
Jeffrey got her. Jeffrey.
Yeah, and all the people complaining about this have like no hair or fucking hair plugs. Like,
so this guy isn't Godfrey Elric.
Shut up.
Like, he's not a troll.
No.
Mental health counselor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, fashion, not fashion. Hashtag fashion in America.
Yes.
Oh my god.
How many times have they fucking said this throughout the history of this country? What the fuck is that? The hairline brush.
So it brushes the hair and polishes the.
Trying to, let anybody present me with a single instance that Trump has used violence to silence an opponent.
He yelled. He said awful things. Okay.
This guy
what else?
This guy posts weird shit like a bot, though. Like, why is he like, on this date in 1972?
He's literally an NPC.
He thinks he is like Gregory House.
He is literally an NPC. What do you want?
Well, but some of that shit he was posting was like bot shit, like fucking on this date, fucking Led Zeppelin album.
Well, then his location is global, so he's everywhere. Okay.
Oh shit! He's a globalist.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know who else is global? CIA, glow in the dark CIA niggas.
I am 100% sure. Just like your mama's so fat she's literally global.
The ones that glow in the dark have a hard R.
Oh man.
So why do we have a full screen picture of an integrated school in the 50s? Like, why do I care?
White kids, racism, and the way privileged parenting props up an unjust system. White children are everywhere, but their whiteness is too often invisible and unspoken. Because when you look at them,
what the fuck does that mean?
What does it mean? How to get burned?
Because apparently, because the 50s were racist to these people.
Racist, yes. Yeah.
Well, everything is
the
racist
same
to
way
these people.
every other point in American history has been racist to every other ethnicity.
This guy, look at this guy. His photo is next to the word cuck in the dictionary. What the fuck is this?
That's your photo.
What a surprise, right?
That's the guy in the corner of the fucking
Lord.
the guy in the corner of the porno with the camera snapping still shots with the flash. That's him right there.
No,
the still photography
the guy creeping in
He's
the
got the squid-
bushes taking pictures.
Darren, is it me or this guy looks like he can snort a kilo of cocaine in like 5 seconds
He
flat?
just scored a kilo of cocaine from across the border.
Holy shit!
Shit,
This
he looks
guy,
like
there's.
Hoffman.
I don't know if 3 echoes is enough for this guy.
I mean, we need 6 echoes.
He's about to hit a Super Saiyajin level 4 here. He's gonna grow red fur down his sides.
You fucked up my face, Goyum! Ugh.
I'm surprised this guy even has any kids.
So I think what he's gonna say is like what I was saying earlier about how like the black kids don't allow each other to achieve scholastically because it's acting white and they bully each other out of it. So now the white people can't achieve either. It's
Well,
like we got to sink down to their level.
He's not going to say anything about the black guys. He's going to say that teaching white kids to try to succeed is breeding the racism and the white supremacy.
Well, I guarantee you, if you fucking read his article, it's going to be the racism of low expectations, that he doesn't think black people can succeed on the basic curriculum, and therefore it's racist.
It's gonna be, it breeds an entitlement mentality in white kids.
You might be right.
How ironic that this guy thinks that black kids can't succeed. That's fucking racist, man.
So I like how he says teaching people to be anti-racist. Like, I don't really think like the baseline racism is.
They cite white kids growing up with privilege in America.
I thought racism was taught.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like
no one was born hating.
Like minor bigotry probably can be instinctual, but like the kind of Ku Klux Klan type bullshit is taught. Like that shit's structural. So like I don't really think you need to teach a kid anti-racist, especially in our society. Like the kid watches TV, he sees people hanging around, and he just doesn't think anything of it.
Oh, wait.
Like,
what? No. Actually, anti-racism in these people's dictionary is actually a synonym for white people bad. That's
yeah.
what anti-racism is.
Teach them intersectionality, which basically means white people are evil.
Word for anti-white.
Yeah, it's a dog whistle, if you will.
Yep.
So yeah.
Parents shouldn't really have to talk to their kids about race. Like, no, my mom never talked to me about race.
No, I never talked about my race to my parents until we learned about it in school.
I learned about like that kind of shit from like G.I. Joe, where they like have little PSAs like, oh, this kid's blind, but he's just like you. Go make friends with him. Or this kid's from India and she's got the weird dress, but that doesn't mean she's an alien. That just means she dresses different. And if you talk, you'll find out all the shit you have in common. Like all my Saturday morning cartoons are like, make friends with people. You won't believe how much you have in common. And I was like, okay. That's how I got taught not to be racist, is to basically taught to be sociable and not a dick. These people are taught to be fucking hyper racist from childhood, apparently. Because I gotta say, like, if you're obsessed with race, you're literally a racist by definition. Like, if you cannot get past that in any human interaction, like all human interactions are defined by race, you're a racist. Like, literally. White progressives' racial myopia, why their color blindness fails minorities in the left. See, they're targeting literal, like color blindness is anti-racism. Yeah. Those two things are synonymous.
And see what like the main headline is above all that.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that is a good meme.
Yeah, their headline is saying that white people think that white people are under attack, and then all
keep scrolling, Gleb. I'm doing a bit.
It just goes
I thought it was
on
the
and
fifth.
on.
It's a 5-minute Curb Your Enthusiasm montage.
Yeah.
Salon.
Yeah,
Never changed.
The same, outlet that,
White people are bad. Pedophiles are good.
yeah, and also, let's molest sea life and fuck trees. That's also them.
White supremacy and Trump fever, the toxic combo that's killing people. White people. Are you fucking kidding me? Google this article.
By the way, I just wanted to show this flower.
Wow.
Okay, apparently white power does exist.
Damn, even flowers in Germany are even what? Oh shit, they know.
Yeah.
So now we can sit there and we can get on vegans for supporting white power.
White men must be stopped. The very future of mankind depends on it.
Oh, well, that's why.
This is clickbait, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you didn't think it wasn't?
Well, some of these people are crazy enough to believe these headlines, but I'm not going to do the future of mankind one.
Salon depends on that.
So fucking, I love the white supremacy and Trump fever, the toxic combo. It's like fucking bleach and ammonia, the toxic combo that's killing people. They're fucking, dude.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. Are white men waging the real war on cops? Like, you're going to blame us for your bullshit too now? In addition to the bullshit you make up?
Say, thank you, officer. Be waging war against them.
The amount of times where I was dead to rights going to get a ticket or even get carted off and like fucking booked, and I didn't just because I treated the cop with respect. Like, yes, sir, no, sir, I'm very sorry. I know what I did was wrong and I should not have done it. Can get you out of a lot of trouble as long as the cop's not a super dick. You can't do anything if the cop's a dick, but sometimes cops are so used to dealing with the scum of the earth that, like, if you just say yes sir, no sir, I'm very sorry is my bad. That's like the only person who says that to them all day and they let you go. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, so the thing is that...
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, this is what Sargon imagines he is. Anyway. I'm adding memes to my thing, but go ahead.
No.
So that last paragraph basically says straight up like what I was saying. He said color blindness is bad and that we are beyond race. And apparently...
Wait, the color blindness is bad?
Let's talk to our children about race. Let's start with crime statistics.
Wait, they say that color blindness is bad? That's a genetic disorder, those fucking eugenistic fucks.
Are schools doing enough to educate kids about racism? That's not even like a responsibility of the schools. Like, the schools don't have any responsibility to teach anybody about racism. They should have policies against racism, but they don't need to shove it in your face. That's what the parents are supposed to do.
Look at this. Kids from these families were so worried about being labeled racist that they were reluctant to identify people as black and white. See, maybe that means that your race baiting nonsense has caused a lot of stupid shit to happen, and you should stop.
Let's teach this asshole what a catch-22 is, for fuck's sake.
Basically, it's them if you do, them if you don't.
Police treat white people worse than black people? That an argument contradicted by amount of evidence? Well, black people...
The link leads to a Vox article, so it's bullshit.
All you have to do is go bring up the FBI fucking crime statistics of how often do black people fucking resist arrest when being placed under arrest, and that'll tell you about the kind of treatment they're talking about.
More than 50% of the murders. But that's none of my business, right?
54% of stuff like grand larceny, breaking and entering a home theft, and fucking armed robbery. Basically, all aggressive property crime. They're 54%. They're 52% of murder. Yeah, dude. There's a reason why.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Murderer.
Stolen
Nice.
bike riding. Yeah, that's gold.
That was always like. Do you guys remember watching Cops in the '90s? For you guys who are old enough for that shit. Do you remember in the intro to Cops?
Yeah.
There's always that one shot where it's from the hood cam, what do you call it? The front camera of a cop squad cars that's pulling up on the guy on the sidewalk, and the black guy's running towards the cop car on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden he straight up dead jumps from a standing position. Dead jumps a 6.5 foot concrete embankment.
Holy shit!
Goes
That
straight
is
up.
literally a scene from fucking the first Men in Black, though. When Will Smith is chasing the guy and he doesn't realize he's an alien, he does literally that. That's fucking great.
Well, yeah, but like if you bring it up on YouTube, the original intro to Cops, there's one. It's like the guy dead jumps a 6-foot concrete embankment from a running start, just dead jumps it and climbs it up. It's crazy. And I'm not talking like he jumps and grabs and pulls up. I mean, he jumps from the sidewalk up 6 feet onto this thing on his feet and keeps running. Yeah, it's from a dash cam. It's amazing. Yeah, so the 6-foot fence hurdle is a real thing. There's some of these black guys can jump that high. It's pretty impressive.
All right, I give you
drive-by shooting. Of course, that did get that one in there. Oh my God! What the fuck is that?
It's the Liberals.
What are those?
What
They look like Persona character. They look like something out of Persona. The games.
Can't you tell that they're Redditors?
Yeah, who is this 4chan guy anyway?
Anime was a mistake. That's all I have to say.
That's not anime, you uncultured slime.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's live action. It's great.
I'm pretty sure that's a Bleach villain.
Well, I would go into that, but anyway.
Probably be
But
better.
you would prove me right.
Speaking of shootings,
Weeb.
Oh my God.
The funny thing is the caption is actually true. Not in the way it's supposed to be. Anyway.
I got so pissed when they said like don't arm the teachers. I'm like, why the fuck not? The reason why people attack schools is because they're a soft target.
After 2017, Gintaro is actually a teacher now.
I'd say because it's America, and I probably wouldn't give a gun to a possibly psycho professor.
I don't know.
And a reminder, this is what Sargon actually thinks
Everybody
he
should
is.
own a gun. I think we need to go back to where it is that like the reason why people are not polite to each other is because they don't have to worry about the other person killing them for it.
I know what the caption to that image was. It's like Asian finds out what happens when you start writing differential calculus in the Death Note.
Yeah. What every YouTuber thinks he is. I never expected your digital science to advance this far. What horrors have I unleashed upon this earth?
God damn. This is such a shit posty stream.
It is. You got a lot of confidence about a theory you just pulled out of your ass. Pretty much every Sargon video.
We can go back to degeneracy if you want to. We have some.
I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, we were just having a mild meme break. Go ahead.
Here's your dose of degeneracy.
Oh god, I was
Christ.
actually adding stuff to my thing just for this occasion. Like this one.
Oh.
Parents that name their children Nemus. Yeah.
Where did it?
What?
Oh, here we go. There we go.
Yeah, Lactatia. I heard about this kid last year.
Oh
Say-
god. That's the Oh god.
Oh my god, what the fuck is that name even? Nemi Quinn Melanson Golden. Oh, fuck's sake.
And you know how these kids get popular? They perform child drag shows in gay bars, dude.
Well,
It's
yeah.
kinda fucked up.
Where the fuck else would you
They
do
were-
this shit?
Those are shitty parents that were already setting up without the drag queen stuff. They were setting up their children for a lifetime of bullying. Because if you give the two
photo
controlled
itself is I mean, This
So
sitting
this
there, and it's
kid's
like,
name is Nemus Milan Cronin or something. Like what
yeah,
the
no,
fuck?
it's Queen
Melanson.
Lactatia.
Melanson
It
Golden.
means Queen Melanson Golden.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see the
This
squiggly C.
nigga,
He's from Montreal.
this
I
nigga,
am sorry for I am sorry on the part of everyone in Quebec for this country has birthed
I'm still feeling like maybe I'll let Alberta go, but I'm just really feeling like bomb everything but Ontario. Well, Ontario can stay. Fuck the rest of you.
Vancouver.
Have you ever tasted poutine?
I don't care.
No.
Vancouver's got good weed.
We
You
got
should-
cheese
you
curds
should-
here. There's nothing special about your.
You should because then you won't have to bomb Quebec.
Yeah, we will. We can fucking make that shit over here. Your plan has failed.
Oh, see, anyway, getting back to this for a minute here. The fucked
We have
up thing about
garbanzo
parents
beans
like
here,
this
fuck
is
you.
that because the kid was dressed up in drag, in their mind, their child wasn't the one in a picture with a naked man. Queen Lactatia was in the picture.
It's still a kid.
Yeah. If you just scroll down to the picture, it's just like the caption says: a pair of heels and a loincloth and nothing else.
Yeah, and you sit there and you see the look on the kid's got on the face. That is exactly like every cheesecake photo you've ever seen, where the woman is like feeling the muscles and like, oh.
you want to see some insane shit? Lactatia's mother is an anti-fascist.
Of course she is.
Why wouldn't she be?
Of course.
Of course.
She even have in one video, she even has a jacket with literally patches saying "fuck Nazis."
Yes, and this
And?
is not news.
And wasn't it like an Antifa were linked to Nambla? Because I remember.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not only-
there's-
not only that,
How is
on
any of this
Queen
surprising?
Lactatia's
Wait, it isn't.
Instagram that his mother runs. One of the hashtags is "love is love."
You mean a socialist terrorist group would have child predators in it? Imagine my shock.
Imagine my choke. God.
And now a teacher is trying to do an example at the on the board. Now imagine my chalk.
Macho, you have more than a simple apology to make up for Quebec sins.
Holy crap.
That's a lot of sinning, brother.
And just remember, according to every progressive I've ever fucking talked to, fucking Antifa's never rioted and destroyed property and attacked people and committed attempted murder. But just
not what
because American Antifa's official body count is supposedly 0, that means that the fucking alt-right is worse, period, end of story.
Even though the alt-right hasn't actually killed
just
anyone
means that
either.
they suck at
Yeah,
murder.
exactly. But imagine trying to explain the Fields case to one of these fucking leftists. They won't listen to you.
Facts.
tried.
That's not right.
Once he was convicted by that fucking activist judge, they didn't need to pay any more fucking attention.
Well, didn't that case get thrown out anyway?
Oh, I don't know what the state of the appeals process is. All I know is that that fucking sentence will get overturned. I guarantee it. I don't know about the conviction, but there's no fucking way they can put that guy away for that long. That's bullshit.
No,
that
not
judge
with the
should be
video showing
disbarred.
his car getting fucking attacked.
Yeah, and keep in mind, all that evidence was suppressed deliberately by the judge. The judge.
Oh, so it was a
basically should be
fucking. It was like almost to the level of Michael Jackson bad.
Oh, it was worse than Michael Jackson. The Fields court case, that judge turned the whole thing into a kangaroo show trial.
Oh,
I mean, he should be disbarred. If you read up on what happened in the Fields fucking trial, it was insane. The amount of evidence suppression and collusion between the prosecution and the judge was out of this fucking world.
That's the guy who ran someone over at the.
Yep.
Yeah, the Heather Hayer car thing. Yeah.
Yep.
How much did he get?
He got like 140 years or something shit
What?
like that. I swear to God, Google it, dude. Like he got
fucking
nuked.
ridiculous.
I swear to God, he got life in prison, dude.
I bet these motherfuckers also looked up children on Max too. Anyway, it's a joke for my image.
The worst you could get is like negligent vehicular homicide and throw the guy in there for 8 years tops. Like that's the only way you could possibly throw the book at the guy and be fair. The fact that they basically charged him with like 2nd-degree murder or something like that.
Well, even then, you wouldn't get 100 fucking years.
Yeah, dude, they seriously put him away for life.
Well,
without
we
the
can
possibility
try.
of parole. But dude, there's no way that doesn't get nuked on appeal. The guy's not going to do that much time. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, he'll probably commit suicide.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he'll commit suicide.
If I was his lawyer, I said I
With 3 gunshot wounds to the back of the head.
guarantee you we're appealing this. Like, there's no fucking way.
Anyway, let's take a look.
I'm not tired. Just feel like
No, since we need to justify our name degeneracy, so let's see. Young,
I got my image changed and
that's
everything.
plenty
Come on,
of degeneracy.
let's go back to degeneracy. Young Nemes, whose drag name is Queen Lactatia, was shot by photographer Jonathan Frederick Turton for the spread. In one of the shots that did not make the magazine, Nemes in full drag makeup and black dress is posing for a photo with the season 7 winner of RuPaul's Drag Race, Violet Chakra. Oh,
I think it's tchotchke, like fucking Happy Days.
In the shot,
I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
Violet is wearing nothing but a pair of heels and a small piece of fabric covering his genitals, as seen in the screenshot below.
Why?
For
isn't that the opposite of drag? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, there was even one picture that actually had the kid sitting on the couch with his legs spread the fuck
Yeah,
open.
I saw that.
No, it was removed from Instagram.
It better had.
Honestly, some of these motherfuckers are wild.
These people need RWDS real hard.
In the
Seriously.
German magazine piece, which ironically bashes Daily Wire editor-in-chief Ben Shapiro for calling out parents for over-sexualizing their drag kids, Nemesis' mother, Jessica Mélenchon, concerned as a sexual component, unapologetic about her young son wearing sexually suggestive clothing if it makes him feel beautiful. Drag is an adult arena, and that's where people question our judgment.
So it would be okay if he
you're
felt
fucking
beautiful
wrong.
with a dick up his ass.
So child protectors. Oh wait, you live in Canada. Never mind.
We would never try to overtly sexualize our child. Yeah, fucking
No, we'll just
right.
brainwash him to do it to himself.
But I think they live in New York now, so.
Yeah, New York won't care.
Yeesh. New York is just as bad.
New York is lost.
New York
Sorry,
is not
but
as
you
bad.
gotta go.
Where's De Niro and Taxi Driver when you need him?
Are you talking to
De
me?
Niro cucked.
Yes,
I'll be
but I
honest
mean,
with
like
you.
the character.
Anyone else here? Are you talking to me?
The character, yeah, and at the end, even though he was gonna be like a fucking
I
crazy
just want to
killer.
get a bunch of these like child rapists in a room and just go a fucking Michael Mann movie on them.
Well, the spoiler for Taxi Driver is he was planning to shoot a senator or something because he was crazy, but instead he ended up shooting like a prostitution ring that was pimping out children. And he just shot
So
all
the same
pimps.
thing, really.
Yeah, so I want that guy to show up and take care of this problem.
I'm not even joking. That's basically the same thing. Senator, child prostitution ring.
Yeah, I see what you were going there. Yeah.
Either
At the
way,
very
a
least, the
happy
way
ending.
it is with MPs. All your MPs are fucking kids. UK viewers, fuck you and your country.
Look at this. Nemes also appears to already be an LGBT advocate. Choose love, be proud, smash the patriarchy, and be kind to one another, always. Hashtag pride, hashtag love.
Be kind to one another and smash the patriarchy.
The future is fluid.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what kind of fluid.
I don't.
future is
The
wet.
future is fluid. I guess that was a notification about his next meeting with his agent.
When you cleaned up your keyboard before you deleted your browser history.
Woo! Did I just give somebody an aneurysm over there? I never heard that noise before.
In December, an 11-year-old named Desmond performed a sexually suggestive musical number in full drag at New York City-based gay bar called $3 Bill. The
Queer as a $3 bill. Yeah.
as one might see in a strip club. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Totally, just you're just crazy right-wing fanatics if you see anything wrong with this. Just because they people.
So basically, they have like a gay Chippendales thing going on over there, and they said, "How about they have the kid do the act at the gay strip club?" Yeah, that's not child abuse, apparently.
Yeah, aren't they? Wouldn't that fucking violate child labor laws?
Yeah. No.
Oh
I mean,
God! If that's actually what they get caught with, that'd
somebody
be
had
amazing.
to approach somebody about this happening.
Let me read the bottom
This kid
paragraph
doesn't have a
here.
permit to work this
the
job.
parents. The parents should
You're
have
all going
said
to jail
no.
finally.
As
Yeah, they said
reported
it'd be
by the
amazing.
Daily Wire, Desmond was dressed in a Gwen Stefani lookalike, full drag makeup, and a blonde wig with crop top included as he bounced around on stage to No Doubt's I'm Just a Girl and collected dollar bills from male patrons viewing the number.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is
This
a huge violation
was-
of child labor law.
This is an 11-year-old child stripping in a
We're
gay
not gonna
club.
get him on actual pedophilia. We're just gonna get him on child labor.
This is an 11-year-old child stripping in a gay strip club. This is
Was he
not
stripping
okay.
or just dancing?
Well, keep in mind, dude, the kid is collecting dollar bills from male patrons from the stage. That's basically you're stripping.
I understand that.
It doesn't say anything about him removing clothes.
They were smart enough to draw that line. But
Yeah,
crop
but
top
they
is
should still
somewhat
probably get in trouble with like.
No, the same people that phrase this as saying it's empowerment and this, that, and the other. I wonder. I would like to actually look at them in the eye and ask, what would you say if it was your 11-year-old daughter?
Well, the kid is crop top. That's tight clothing, so he's in tight women's clothing. He's bouncing around on stage and collecting dollar bills from the audience. That's basically a kid stripping. I mean, even if the kid doesn't get nude or anything, that's gotta be fucking illegal.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way that's
like that
legal.
violates every fucking labor law on the planet.
I mean,
and even add
that's a
foreplay.
technicality, but I'm talking about like fucking kids doing sexual shit. Like that's fucking a kid sex working essentially. I mean,
basically, yeah.
I don't see the difference between the kid stripping and the kid doing that.
Also,
Like-
it reminds me of this. If you haven't seen this one, it's I've shown this on the stream a while back, but
Yeah, I got a theory.
Oh, that's classic.
Theory about faggots and imbeciles. Yeah, that's right. If faggotry is what we've ever known, then it's easy to miss what really goes on. But I've seen it in every way, and I've seen imbeciles every day. Posers banding against the rights, and a million
Isn't that
chapters of
ICP?
Yeah, it's an edit of ICP. Yeah.
Some imbeciles on the rock, Tumblr, Twitter, down on the sources of fake news, informing them hot takes from snowflakes, need to react. Long that professors expressing satisfaction. Now seeing 85,000 people wishing death on white to make things equal. Communism, here to take over bid. I've seen shit that'll shock your eyelids. Dems, feminists, and more bizarre. Marxist facts, fucking Hollywood stars. Transgender hoes and Bernie bros. Monolithic roads. Knives and pyramids. Even motherfuckers that diddle kids. Fucking mingle flags and cop cars, man. There's enough imbeciles here to blow your brain. Protesters at Berkeley down by Frisco Bay. Tried to throw a smoke grenade then. Ran away. Left this iridium. Simple as that. You can hear them, smell them, and they're all so fat. Motherfuckers are all faggots. You can't even talk. Just don't fucking care. Fucking faggot.
So,
fucking minds.
time out. Are we listening to the pot called the kettle black here? Because this is a juggalo we're talking to right here. I'm glad the juggalo is based, but he still goes and listens to shitty white rap in clown paint. You can still fuck off.
Well, it's a parody. I mean, come on, it's.
Well, it was cute, but I don't want to go through the whole 4 minutes of that. I got the first verse. I was based juggalo. Right on. We got that segment out of the way.
I don't think he's a juggalo. It's just
You don't think he's a juggalo, Gleb? How much eyelid shutting inhalants have you been on?
No,
That's a juggalo.
wait. by this metric, Alternative Hypothesis is also a juggalo because he made a parody of this song as well a while back.
I'm not hating on it that much, but I
Oh,
don't know. I'm not pro Juggalo. I disavow. Magnets, how do they work?
I'm not pro Juggalo. I just like they have their life, and I try not to think about them.
Whatever anybody does drunk on a Friday night is none of my business.
I should be drinking, actually. Thank you for reminding me.
Drinking Shasta in fucking vodka, apparently.
Ah, fuck.
Or Fago or whatever the fuck it is. Shasta Cola.
I kid. I haven't had Shasta, actually. It's probably okay.
It's rough. I bet you Fago's better than Shasta. It's pretty fucking gnarly.
Well,
I don't know. Fago strawberry actually is pretty good.
Remaining sober is a tough call, given how much degeneracy we're talking about. Today we're filled our degeneracy quota. This one article was enough.
We're doing the real shit here. It's real nigga hours.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there was another.
I'm lowering my bandwidth.
Another news article.
So here's the real shit, though.
Oh man!
And since when I searched neon metal, I don't know what this site is, so I looked this up on different.
Somebody called the Little Caesar because it's pizza.
What is up with?
Oh,
what is up
no.
with the Democrat donors? What the fuck is up with them?
What is this?
It's pizza time.
Degenerates. Like, don't forget that
grab Q-tips.
Harvey Weinstein was not just a Democrat donor, but a personal friend of the Clintons. Let's not forget that.
Oh, and a gender traitor, no less. It's a whammon pimp.
Oh, she was a member of this Nexium cult. You remember this one?
Oh, you mean that sex called that Elsa Mack was in as well?
Nexium, isn't that a fucking acid reflux pill?
No, it's like it was this, some weird sex cult run by some, lefty.
But that's
it was
seriously Nexium, the purple pill. It's for fucking acid reflux.
I was like this.
Yeah, it is. The fact that they named a cult after an anti-acid really tells say something about.
I'm pretty sure cult. if the cult was founded in 1998, it actually predates the drug, which is interesting.
Okay.
James, are you building a Lego Death Star over there? Who's making that noise?
This is me. Just.
By the way, there was the cult was called DOS. For fuck's sake, why do you call your
Lego
ancient operating system?
How many trademarked phrases are they gonna name this fucking cult?
They were busted quite recently.
So what was she the heiress to? Apparently she's like a millionaire or something.
And they're it's called DOS, and they're super. The box containing their relics is called a DOS box.
I've heard it can run Skyrim.
Arena made
the Seagram's heiress. Holy shit!
Oh,
You know what this shit reminds
Seagram's
me
the
of?
liquor fortune? That's worth quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what this shit reminds me of? The Epsilon cult in Grand Theft Auto.
I don't know if they're eating people up in the mountains, but they're
Has
doing sex
Has
trafficking.
Macho been stuck in fucking loading in Warframe? Oh my god.
The screen apparently doesn't as frozen. At least the one is showing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually
Oh, I
started
don't know if we
playing
lost-
Warframe myself.
We lost clip.
I don't think that
That's fine.
from Hangouts captures like DirectX or OpenGL applications, so it makes sense.
I think
People still
Macho might be right because it does sound like they're a cult that was sexually abusing their female members. Actually,
Yeah, well, you haven't heard about
Nearly all of them does.
Well, it's like you haven't heard about this.
I thought it was like a straight up sex trafficking ring, but it's a cult that engaged in such.
You guys know who Elsa Mack is? She used to be Chloe on
Yeah.
Supernatural. She was one of the
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think she was also a Nickelodeon Kid star.
Yeah, don't say.
Really makes you think, huh?
We're inching closer to what was that guy's name? Dan something or other, who was
Dan
an
Schneider.
executive. Yeah,
That was the biggest.
the foot fetishist guy. We're getting close to getting that guy. I swear.
Dan Schneider, also known as Dan. Is her age is on the clock. She wants to cock Schneider.
Yep.
Oh,
Dan, who wants to meet and show me the feet? Schneider. Yeah.
Look, there's a lot of this was all over the news at one point. So I'll post those links for anyone to check. So there's this
Streaming up to the
dump
yes, that's good.
for your reading pleasure. And you see this again. This I don't know what this outlet is, but the same story is on the NPR. So it's legit.
Now we get to wait for Hillary Clinton to never acknowledge this, just like she never acknowledged the sexual abuser who was on her campaign.
Yeah,
remember that guy?
Too.
Yeah. Oh well, yes, of course she's married to a rapist, or at least alleged rapist.
Speaking of, let's not forget the, this.
Oh, there's definitely no shortages of photos of anybody who's a celebrity next to that guy. He's rubbing elbows with everybody.
He was like personal friends with the Clintons. It dates way back. This photo is from a while back. So yeah, it's funny how all the the Pizzagate is totally a crazy conspiracy theory, but all the high profile degenerates.
It's a lot of fans.
And next to Woody Allen, who married the stepchild he raised with his ex-wife.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's totally not grooming or anything, right?
Oh God.
How can
he married her mom when she was 9, I believe, and ended up marrying her when she was like 19 or 20 or something.
That's
you want full-blown degeneracy? Woody Allen, when he married his stepdaughter. Well, his Korean stepdaughter.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about right there. What about it?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. He married her mom when she was 9, so that's like when she met him.
God, that's
pretty
young.
Holy shit. We've added some new fucked up things to Warframe. Anyway.
And isn't it great that like his Weinstein's look throughout the ages has literally been neckbeard? Like that's his look is neckbeard.
We should have seen the signs, come to think of it.
Yeah. Because like half of the Hollywood are some human degenerates.
Oh, see, look, there's one photo of him clean shaven. Spectacular.
Yeah, when I say half Hollywood, I'm being really generous and really conservative with the estimate. I would say like maybe the three quarter.
You know what I also think of when I see a photo of Weinstein?
A pig?
The original poster of Der Untermensch.
Oh,
nice.
Oof. Big fucking oof.
He actually does look like it. Let me find it. Der Untermensch. Yeah. Yeah, this one. Seriously? Well,
Jesus Christ. That fucking beard, though.
Yeah. See.
I do not have sexual relations with that woman, but I did fuck a couple of them that had cankles.
Seriously. The resemblance is really uncanny. Oh, there's more. Oh, this is so. Let's go. Anyways.
We thought of me there.
Is anyone surprised? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Visualize my astonishment.
And every time I see Hillary Clinton, I think of what's his name? Patrick Bateman, the character that Christian Bale plays in American Psycho. He always said he modeled that character off of Tom Cruise. Like he studied lots of interviews with Tom Cruise because he said Tom Cruise emoted a lot and smiled, but he never smiled with his eyes. Hillary Clinton doesn't smile with her eyes either. And once you see that, you'll never be able to unsee it when she's on camera. Her eyes are just dead.
Massive Andromeda face, as I call them.
I think Hillary emotes a little bit more than the characters from Mass Effect Drama, but still kind of
real talk. I need that wolf on my car.
Shocking.
I need that wolf on my car for real.
My favorite one is if you ever find the one that says the Shocker, the Spocker, the Rocker, and the Showstopper. The Showstopper is a pretty good one.
No, I don't have it.
I don't know that one.
Well, just can search for it. Anyways,
Do you want to pick one to stink?
Well, might as well kind of wrap it up for now. What do you think? Or do you have any other topics to discuss? We have our degeneracy today, so
not much degeneracy.
Well,
Well,
I love how we just skipped over like Jim Acosta so fast because he's so unimportant.
we cannot
fucking Jim Acosta. What do you expect?
Right?
We should talk about the biggest topic. Well, the one
yeah.
that
Oh yes.
The stream is named after.
Oh, what that? Nah.
Holy shit! We almost missed this.
yeah, like it would be pure.
Oh, yeah.
if we didn't talk about this.
Yeah, I watched Jordan Peterson's interview with this guy. It's fucked up.
A professor uses feminist buzzwords to get entire passage from Hitler's Mein Kampf published in academic journal. Again,
Oh wow!
Damn. This guy might not ever be able to teach again because he's like getting just checked with all these ethics violations. They basically we're charging him like not like with the government, but like what the violation of the school policy or whatever. Basically, they're basically charging him like he under the same kind of policy for people who like test scientific shit on human subjects without their permission, just because he sent a satire into a feminist publication. He's like he was testing the publication without their permission or something. So it was like human testing, like he fucking was spraying chemicals on people or some shit.
Well,
it's fucking so bullshit.
Well, first of all, those it's not uncommon to publish really hoax papers just to test how good the journal is. For example, like a while back, there are two types of peer-reviewed journals. Some of them are where you publish for free, but you need to pay for the journal, and the others are open access, so anyone can read them, but you have to pay them to publish it. And the latter ones, it's a business. You can, if you publish anything,
that's like the feminist glaciology type shit. Because what peer review means is somebody reviewed your work and tested your methodology, like repeated your study or your survey or whatever.
Repeated, just test it. Sometimes, for example, sometimes repeating would cost a lot. If the study costs really a lot to perform.
Basically, I can say with complete confidence that any of these social studies type things, or like that they post gender studies or any of that shit, if they claim to be peer reviewed, they're lying. Because they don't repeat the test or repeat the study or anything.
To be reviewed, just people who are professionals in this category, they review your look at your methodology. They don't need to repeat it, and that's why the problem is that, for example, in some areas like sociology and psychology, the repeatability is really low, like lower than 30%, because there was
because sociology is kind of not much more than bunk, and that's kind of bullshit. But the funny thing is, they didn't try. It's very, very easy. Like, it's super hard to plagiarize anything in school these days because all they have to do is just Google the text of your fucking paper, basically.
Yeah.
And all it would have taken is somebody just doing the most cursory plagiarism search on this guy, and Mein Kampf would have came up like that. So they don't even check for plagiarism at whatever publication.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is that a while back, there was a long while back, one student suspected that there's one of those, at least one of those journals is they publish anything for money. So he just wrote an algorithm that generates
random words. Yeah, I've heard about that guy.
I think he wrote this program. I think he found it, but generated really the paper that was just pure gibberish.
I'm almost certain, I don't remember this is true, but I have heard about this. I think it was true that a guy basically drew up like a whole thing, like a study template with graphs and shit, but every single word of the fucking entire text was like chicken sandwich.
Well,
or something like that.
Well, look, if you want to call someone, say that someone has just say anything that means nothing, you can just call them a human lorem ipsum.
And I'm pretty sure you can look it up. I'm almost certain that this man, by the way, is not the first person to dress up Mein Kampf and submit it to one of these things. I'm pretty sure this has been done before.
They're not the first.
Anyways, so let's talk about this first. So this is the program is called SciGen. It creates nonsense that if you don't read into it, just look at this cursory, it seems like a legit scientific paper, but since it's generated by a computer, it's bullshit. And it was written by scientists from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Originally, it was for shits and giggles to maximize movement rather than coherence. So it's
click on the sample thing, but right there, I think that link. Yeah, that link is like a sample of the text
with a lorem ipsum. You just put that, and it's like, oh yeah, fill this many paragraphs.
Yeah. So there's a sample of it right there. I was going to read it. It says, many physicists would agree
that if it had not been for congestion control, the evaluation of web browsers might never have occurred. In fact, few hackers worldwide would disagree with the essential unification of voice over IP and public-private key pair. In order to solve this riddle, we confirm that SMPs can be made stochastic, cacheable, and interposable. So
so that's gibberish.
That actually almost makes sense.
Yeah, almost. But the thing is that here every sentence is about something else. So that's the biggest red flag. The sentences don't mix together. Each sentence seems normal, but they don't flow into each other. It's just like random topics. So the prominent results. So in 2005, a paper generated by SciGen called Router, a methodology for the typical unification of access points and redundancy, was accepted as a non-review paper So they managed to publish this bullshit. And
the fact that it was a non-reviewed paper takes a little bit of the edge off, but there was a time, and I guess 2005 was that time where even if it wasn't something that went through a peer review process, like if somebody just decided to publish gibberish, it's a big deal. These days, like, people are submitting shit to what claims to be peer reviewed, and it's like Mein Kampf, and it just gets in.
But the thing about this, the funniest thing about this, that this article was actually someone used machine translation to translate it into Russian and actually published that translated version, which, if you know how machine translation works, it became even worse. And they published it in Russian in some journals that were supposed to be peer reviewed, and that's how those journals were exposed for being bullshit.
Hacks.
And that's the thing. So
and that's just like James says, that text there said that a lot of the phrases that the program comes up with sound plausible. So if like you're kind of just reading it really fast, if enough stuff kind of makes sense, at least a little bit, like people just read right past it.
By the way, you can check out the the text of this. It's still available somewhere. Oh yeah.
Well, that paragraph that was just under the link you clicked was part of the abstract. Yeah.
So there's this, if you don't read into this, it looks legit. Some graphs, some diagrams, some stuff.
Yeah, and those don't mean anything. Yeah.
Yeah, just random stuff, and it says many. Oh, that's the physicist where it's from. Introduction. Many scholars would agree that had it not been for active networks, the simulation of Lamport clocks might never have occurred. You see the same structure of sentences.
Yeah.
This should be even a bigger red flag. The notion that end users synchronize with the investigation of Markov models is rarely outdated. A theoretical grand challenge in theory is the important unification of virtual machines and real-time theory.
It's like whenever you play one of those early RPGs that has RNG elements in the dialogue and stuff, and you just start to see phrases repeat.
It's bad when even NPC dialogue from Oblivion is more normal than this.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hello, Redguard. Hello, Breton Trash. What's new with you? Nothing I like to talk about. I heard others stay the same. Bye.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Another famous hoax paper was Sokol hoax. The first.
Oh, that's the famous one.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful because they wrote this. It wasn't machine generated. They wrote it manually, but made sure that nothing in there made any sense, or if it made sense, it wasn't anything interesting. But as long as you put enough bullshit buzzwords there, it seems legit, and
and that was a huge fucking scandal because that's back when there was still some seriousness to science in the 90s.
Yeah,
when there's some seriousness in academia.
Transgressing the boundaries towards the transformative hermeneutics of quantum gravity. And this Wikipedia article actually goes into how to translate this into normal English. And by the way, if you want more details, just read the book written by this guy called Fashionable Nonsense. It's really interesting. And
what you should do, you should write a normal paper and then pass it through Google Translate 20 times.
And I've read some of these like feminist papers and shit, and there's not really any science to them, hardly ever. A lot of times they read like an essay just full of declarative statements with nothing really backing it up, very little citations, and what they cite is other bullshit papers.
The most recent ones can be summarized by Orange Man Bad.
Yeah, pretty much. By the way, a while back, on my old channel, we took a look at this. Was a couple of years back. Took a look at this article written. That was peer reviewed. By the way, it was some feminist glaciology, and it was first of all,
that's the famous one. Yeah,
there was so little content. If it was long, but if you remove all the padding and just make it more concise, it would be really short because it talks about nothing for a long time, and it was so fucking stupid, so fucking retarded.
I always recommend everybody follow new peer review on Twitter. It's like following the shitpost bot, but for like actual academic papers.
Yeah, it's some really weird.
Yeah, you'll just do weird shit like the sexuality of jogging and shit like that, or just fucking weird random shit.
So, anyways, this. By the way, just if you want, some laughs, just search for this towards a new hermeneutics of quantum gravity. It's really a long paper about literally nothing. It's full of bullshit, and they managed to publish it, and people didn't notice it first. But yeah, this actually is in the same vein. By the way, it's not even the last one because. Maybe a couple of years ago, or maybe a year ago, someone published an article, in a peer-reviewed journal, a paper that said that penis is a social construct or something like that.
Yeah,
really retarded shit. And again, it was published because sociology.
So this isn't the first time this has been done. What's really serious is how hard they're coming after this guy.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make an example out of him.
Yeah. So professors facing the sack after using feminist buzzwords to get an entire passage from Hitler's Mein Kampf published in an academic journal. Well, I think that Mein Kampf triggered them the most. That they are literally feminazis. Surprise, surprise. By the way, if you think that it's not even a consideration, because let me show that Mussolini was an SJW, but literally.
By the way, have you ever seen on Twitter where people play the game of is it a feminist paper or is it Mein Kampf? Where they just would replace like the word Jew with white or man or something like that. Or
those are. Oof.
Yeah, and it's hard to tell because their papers read just like Mein Kampf reads.
Yeah. This Mussolini said, "We are fighting to impose higher social justice." For example, surprise, surprise. Also, there was another quote. Let me find it.
And when I was watching the interview with some of the people who work with that guy who posted the Mein Kampf thing, a lot of them were trying to say that they didn't really think that it was fair to compare modern social justice and Marxism. Like, no, this is where their language comes from. Like, there's a reason why Mussolini sounds like them. They got it from Marxism.
Yeah, the thing is that if you compare, like, the biggest difference is that Marxism is nowhere near as degenerate as modern social justice, so it's gotten much worse.
Of course, because at least they were talking about money and jobs back then instead of superficial bullshit.
Yeah. So let's see, Peter Boghossian helped create a series of spoof academic papers to satirize a number of fields, including what he describes as grievance studies, which is a really good name for it, including fields on gender, obesity, and homosexuality. Oh, yes. So let's see.
Yeah, that's what they call your mom, and the obesity field.
Oh,
Damn, son.
good one. This is the assistant philosophy professor at Portland State University. Oh, it's Portland. Yeah, that's why they're going hard.
Surprise, surprise.
In Oregon, penned a total of 20 intentionally broken and nonsense papers with the help of 2 collaborators. Well, that's how many of them got published. Let's see. Each one of them was deliberately ridiculous, but astonishingly 7 were accepted by peer-reviewed journals. That's...
I forget how many he said got accepted, but it was like 40% or something. Like he got a lot of them.
7 out of 20.
Yeah, 7 out of 20. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I remember a couple years back, this one feminist was just like, oh, well, maybe people should try reading up on academic papers. They explained how this shit's real. It's just like, but then years later, this happens. Like, no, academics are full of shit. They are not the...
Don't talk to my fucking scientists, please.
Please respond.
Even the title of the paper he wrote is fucking hilarious.
Our struggle is my struggle. Solidarity feminism as an intersectional reply to neoliberal and choice feminism. Was a rewrite of chapter 12.
My struggle. What is that in German again?
Oh yeah, like all the spoofs featured very shoddy methodologies, including incredibly implausible statistics, as well as ideologically motivated qualitative analysis and claims not warranted by the data. So pretty much like typical sociology papers. Okay. Further bizarre passages included one published under the fake name Helen Wilson in the journal Gender, Place and Culture, owned by Taylor and Francis, the British publisher. This was supposedly an investigation of the rape condoning spaces of hegemonic masculinity. You know, see those words? That's from Marxism, hegemony.
Oh yeah, the famous 10,000 dogs.
And had involved examining 10,000 dogs' genitals. And, oh, I remember this story. And a lot of people pointed it out as hoax, and I was kind of on the fence about this. But yeah, it was fake. You can't tell these days because the real papers, like feminist glaciology, is probably real, even though it sounds like hoax. Okay, so the paper suggested that men should be trained like canines to prevent rape culture. Well, that's what feminists actually believe, so it's not even that far-fetched. Another wrote, it is suspicious that men rarely anally self-penetrate using sex toys, and that this is probably due to fear of being thought homosexual, homohysteria, and bigotry against trans people, transphobia.
Jeez.
God damn.
Actually, it reminds me of this meme.
Dear straight guys, it's time to start putting things in your butt.
Oh, how about no?
That's how fast Vice went. They were one of the first to go, dude. They were just like, we're going to jump on this social justice thing.
Dr. Pagossi and his colleagues said they were stunned how easy the joke papers were published. We wanted to see if these disciplines that we call grievance studies are compromised by political activism that allows for the laundering of prejudices and opinions into something that gets treated as knowledge, he said. World-renowned scientist and atheist Richard Dawkins was
this faggot.
Yeah, well,
callbacks.
Academics to write to the university in support of Boghossian, and saying that his first response to the brilliant hoax was to let out a howl of incredulous mirth. Do your humorless colleagues who brought this action want Portland State to become the laughing stock of the academic world? Assuming that it's not already, because it's fucking Portland. What do you expect?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Evergreen State College is in Oregon too, isn't it?
No,
or is it Washington?
Evergreen is
well, they're talking about Portland in particular.
is in Washington, not.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was going like that's the same area, but yeah, just both those states are fucked.
Yeah, Portland. Portland is a place that believes that San Francisco is full of conservative bigots because they're so far gone.
Yeah, it is the most hipster cuck faggot
Fucking,
city in the
fucking
nation.
amazing.
Or at least the world of serious scientific scholarship, uncontaminated by pretentious charlatans of exactly the kind of Dr. Bogosian and his colleagues were satirizing. Yeah, that's how Portland is. No surprises there. A student of Bogosian's, Austin Holmberg, added, "I firmly believe that Peter's actions are extremely valuable in that they have made crystal clear the disheartening corruption and pseudo-scholarship that has taken a foothold in academia." Yeah, it's funny how they are not angry at they're angry at the messenger, not the message. No, that's the problem. They would rather.
Because they don't care about what is true. They only care about the religion of social justice.
Yeah, they're trying to shoot the messenger. No, the messenger is not the problem. The problem are those pseudo intellectual academics who
Yeah, and they're all based on projection and stuff. Because I remember earlier today, man, they were talking about Tim Pool was talking about polls taken of Democrats like from just right before Trump was elected to after, and the amount of Dems that are pro-war now and pro-staying in Syria just because Trump wants to pull out is crazy. And then he referred back to when
on Trump. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and back a year and a half ago when Trump first started bombing Syria, they were against the bombing of Syria because Trump ordered it, and now they're against leaving Syria because Trump ordered it. They have no principles. None.
None.
Yeah. I wanted to show a picture. Let me find it real quick.
It's like all we need to do now is see how they would react if Trump said social justice was good.
I think literally heads would explode.
Well, I remember
I actually think the aneurysms that would result would in fact actually rupture skulls.
But by the way, the funniest thing is that a while back, even before the elections, how leftists always talk about how socialist medicine is good, and then Trump said that socialist medicine in Australia is pretty good, and immediately there was a leftist article written that this actually socialist medicine is bad.
At least in Australia, which the government in Australia is so ineffectual and corrupt, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't surprise me if they found some evidence that their healthcare over there is not great, but I don't know too much.
I'm almost certain that Trump did it just for this exact reaction to see if they will bite. And
Well, 4D chess.
Well, even if Trump wasn't that smart, he'd be able to play 4D chess with the progressives because they're that retarded and biased. Like you could fuck with them really easy just by playing the opposite game. It's like rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season. Like Looney Tunes, it'd be that easy. But fucking, what was I gonna say? Fucking, all progressives do is lie. Like this is such predictable behavior. So like Trump could literally get what he wanted with not every issue, but with a lot just by playing reverse psychology. Like that's how fucking stupid these people are.
Well, I have devised a plan to drive the left crazy, especially CNN. Trump should stop tweeting for a week. That's all he has to do. They would literally turn crazy. I guarantee.
I still can't believe that they are.
Going, guys.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more lawsuits about lawmakers blocking their constituents since Trump had that, like, not block anybody.
Say something.
Were you gonna say something, Beth?
No.
I thought I heard her say something.
No.
Apparently not.
Well, there's like 6 people on stream. You just butt in. Somebody will shut up eventually.
Yeah, guys, I need to go.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Well, thanks for staying with us and enduring our
Guys,
conduct.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
thanks for staying with us, and you're welcome to join anytime.
Later, bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Diversity is our strength.
It can be hard for people new to like super populated streams. You just kind of gotta butt in, and there'll be some overlap because like if you're under the impression that like anybody present here will like if you speak up like everybody else will suddenly stop talking because you started talking, that's not the way it works. You kind of have to try a couple times until you get in. I mean, it's just the way it is.
I would say that our streams actually improved, because they used to be such chaos before.
This stream, for how many people is on it and how like active and like angry about everything everybody is, we do really well. But you do have to butt in when you want to get in. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's like nobody should take that personally. It's just the way it is.
I remember like a year ago, maybe even up to a couple months ago, we'd have like 8 to 10 people on the stream at once, and
that's too many.
Yeah, that was a little crazy. What the fuck am I supposed to get in there?
Oh, there's
oh, there we go.
Another teenager poses with a gold-colored handgun, despite claims he had no gang links. Yet.
Well, I mean, a lot of times it's just like a matter of like affiliated or people who know people. And oftentimes that's enough to get yourself hurt or to get yourself in trouble. It's, gang affiliated doesn't necessarily mean you got to patch your colors, but people and you're associated. So if the kid's got a gun and he's talking like he's somebody, it's as good as, What did he do? Did he get shot or did he do something? I was curious.
14-year-olds probably shouldn't own guns. I would say that even the biggest advocates for the Second Amendment would say that 14-year-old is probably a bit too early for.
It depends on what he's doing with the gun, because I mean, like I knew so many families, like even when I lived in the Midwest, where like they teach kids to go hunt ducks and shit when they're like 10. When they're 10, they get them like a 20 gauge shotgun, one of those like not super high powered shotgun, and go birding.
Well,
you can get a kid a license around that young, but they gotta take a course and all that shit. You can't just give them the gun.
Yeah,
you can get in trouble for that.
think that 14-year-old in this handgun was probably not
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't just give kids a handgun without like really specific permits.
Yeah, you can't even give an adult like a handgun.
Well, I mean, you can buy a handgun if you're an adult and you're not a felon. Like, you don't need any kind of certification. But like kids who wield the handguns and shit usually have some kind of certification.
No, there actually is a permit to give like a 10-year-old child a gun. It's called the Second Fucking Amendment.
I don't know about that. It might depend on the state. There might be states that go full blown, and then some states that go like under 18 rules. I'm pretty sure there is. It depends on the state, though.
Supreme Court.
I mean, I'm a Second Amendment absolutist too.
Convert a right to a liberty, and if they attempt to convert a right to a liberty and charge a fee, the individual is free to engage upon that right without the license, without reprisal.
Which is what the Constitution says, but the states violate that shit all the time.
Yeah, like I said, my concealed carry permit is the Second fucking Amendment. And yes, I am the type that says that an individual citizen should be allowed to have anything up to and including nuclear fucking weapons, because it doesn't say which arms to bear. It just says to bear arms. I would be driving to work in a fucking Sherman tank if I could get a hold of one.
That would probably fuck up the road. So
one, it would fuck up the road, and two, you're gonna pass all your pays for the gas of that.
Actually, the thing is that at least in some states it's legal to own even artillery pieces, but you need special because it's a destructive weapon. But private ownership of people own
cuts me off in traffic.
There are some people who own actual artillery pieces that are not deactivated, and the problem is that you have to not only register the cannon, but also register every single shell, because every single shell is a destructive weapon.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can actually they're actually like no bullshit. You can go to some you can go to some army surplus auctions and they will sell entire fucking tanks, but they will sell it as a collection of scrap and a collection of parts. It's just, you know, it's an actual functioning tank, but it's sold as a collection of parts.
Yeah, well, that's legal loopholes, I think.
Yeah.
You sell it for scrap, you know, it's probably less paperwork. Anyways, it's kind of neither here nor there. But anyways, I think it's good time to wrap it up for today. Anyways, so we ran out of time. Well, if we want, we can ramble about a lot of stuff, but nobody.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to watch that.
Yeah, always, but I think everyone's kind of tired this week. I know I am. Sure.
Yeah. Wrap it up, so
our faces are all tired.
Yeah.
And every time there's a kid being fucking abused, it's like it's like I can't laugh about that. This makes me angry.
Anyways, so thanks. Thanks everyone who stayed with us. Who joined and endured our
autism.
What do they call it? Disorderly conduct. Stay problematic. As
if it was ever ordered.
So
good parents don't let their kids strip.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. Bye.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Don't fuck the kitty.
Yeah. At least we don't have kids.